Hello! What? Let's just push those buttons. Hello! Greetings and welcome to you, bravest citizens of our new world. It's me, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Tarawat, your friendly neighborhood mad scientist, and your kind and benevolent DM. I am here to run another game of D&D for you guys on a Thursday. Now, some updates, though, as you guys might see some unfamiliar names at the bottom of the screen here. That would be because Biakuas, for scheduling and other reasons, some of our players unfortunately had to drop out because we were moving to Thursday. Some people got busy. Some people weren't able to make the Thursdays because they live in another part of the planet. Stuff like that. But we are still joined, of course, by Ophelia Sasself playing our Mind Flayer, Ophelia.
Hello, everyone. I've missed all of you. I'm seeing some familiar names in the chat. Cal, Willow, Todd, Plant there. It's good to be back.
Hey! And, of course, our Banshee, Saices Blueleaf, being played by Cassie D20 Love 2!
Hello, it's me. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm doing the things.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be a crying ghost.
Weepy ghost. And we are joined by some lovely new people. We got Ben playing a goblin named Knocker.
Hey guys, how's it going? Oh no, that's not my actual voice. That's my goblin voice. But hi guys.
It's a very good voice.
It's better
It's
than my
very good.
one voice I use for all goblins.
I like that one also, though. That one's also a very good voice.
And we have good friend Andrea coming in playing a fey creature known as Katsiana.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
And of course, last but not least, we have Star coming in playing a tiny fairy dragon named Daisy Sunwing.
That's me.
Yay!
That's adorable.
It's very adorable. Now, because obviously we moved from a lot of party members to not a lot of party members very quickly, we are making some adjustments, mostly on the mechanical side. Story-wise, not a whole lot has changed. They were given information that this particular temple, which, as was revealed, is Ophelia's old home, which was raided by the Empire and presumed to be cleaned out. There was an object of power here that the king needs, so they were sent to investigate. Now, they did, once they arrived, ran into some resistance, as it appears that some abyssal entities may have moved back in. Till then, though, we're just going to be dialing back the amount of dudes you gotta fight, and how strong certain dudes are going to be, until things happen. So we're going to start, though, with the room that Ophelia and Saices are in over here. What are you guys getting up to?
So, just a reminder to everyone what was happening. Also, Doc, I'm getting audio feedback from your mic as I can hear.
Oh, you hearing me twice?
I'm hearing doubles.
No, I'm getting what's coming through on your side.
Like, I can hear myself, and Sass can hear herself.
Oh, okay. So here, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to make an adjustment. Just like that. Okay, try that now.
Beep boop. That's a lot better.
Yeah, Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, yeah, I turned down...
Cool.
I turned down my headset, just so... it might have been going from the headphones into the mic.
We just finished killing a bunch of ants. I see you were blood well down here, and I was about to go to a tiny little hallway, which the fog of war seems to have pulled back on, and we can see what's going on. So that's
yeah.
not.
So there's a hallway. Hold on, wait for it. It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
'Cause
put it back on.
I was about over here, and with our little friend Zeph.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be on my shoulder.
Well, then we can, but as was before, we just be like, "Whoop-pow!" And we'll say that it's on your shoulder until he's needed.
Yeah. Oh, I miss my squishy little boy. I'm so glad to get back.
A very good friend.
Okay, so as I seizes out of view, I'm
Mhm.
about to open a closet. Uh,
So you open this door?
yes.
Alright, so opening the door, you are treated to what appears to be a pile of bodies. And it is, I mean, for lack of a better word, it's like super gross. Let's grab that door and we'll just, boop, there you go, door's open. But yeah, so you open it up, you see there's a collection of corpses that are in there. They seem to be from varying periods in time. Some of them appear to be relatively fresh. Some of them appear to be not so much. There is a mixture of greenskin and human bodies in here, but they all do share the same common mark, and that is all of them have their skulls caved in and their brains removed.
Jeez. Cool.
You said they're all green-skinned inhumans?
There are a few greenskin bodies mixed in there, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, that doesn't
There are music now. Oh.
track. Interesting.
You would know that however distant or however few there may be, there are still like a few greenskin tribes that live amongst the monstrous wastes and like one or two that live in the woods, though they are rare.
Okay, anyways, sorry, that just threw me because I didn't fit with what we had discussed before.
That is okay. I apologize for the change in stuff.
The stuff change, as it were.
So basically,
little
there's just a
stuff
bunch of
change.
bodies, caved in, greenskins, humans,
Mm-hmm.
and beginning of that with their skulls caved in.
That's right.
Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Does it look familiar to me?
It does. This definitely does appear to be sort of the munchings of some of your people of mind flayers.
Oh, munchings. Okay, so this is the corpse closet. This is the snack closet.
Yep, this is where they
Oh.
seem to have thrown the extras.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. You see there's like bits of flesh missing here and there on some of the bodies, which may have been from some of the other creatures that you've encountered thus far. But by and large, yeah, all of them definitely have their skulls caved in.
Okay. So as Ophelia kind of sees this, a lot of the tension just kind of drops out of her shoulders and she relaxes just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just kind of call out some anxieties. Might want to. I'm just gonna be looking through what's back here to investigate the corpses and see in anyone's pockets.
Okie dokie.
All right. Do me a search check. I believe that's search would be perception.
Oh, perception is just what you notice. I'm like,
Would
digging
that
through
not
the
be an
Okay.
investigation?
Investigation's more social, I would say.
yeah, like I'm literally digging through their pockets.
Yeah, roll me perception then. Because that'd be for looking for stuff. Alright. Oh, nice. Throughout their pockets, I mean, most of their clothes and the things that they're wearing are ruined. Either because, you know, the whatever headwear they had on got heavily damaged, and most of their armor or the clothing they had seems to have been ripped and torn when some of the lesser abyssal creatures got to them. You do find about, collectively throughout the bodies, you find about 30 gold.
Oh.
You can add that to your character sheet. It appears as though any weapons that they've had are of common make. Most of them are low quality.
I'm gonna come back,
Okay.
and as I'm stepping back in, it's kind of dawning on me that I'm gonna look up towards the.
Oh, sorry,
Um,
you're drifting off again. I apologize.
Looking up towards the stairs when we come in, and I'm noticing that we're missing all of the boys.
Yes. On this particular adventure, you guys were sent, just the two of you, as they were given other jobs around the kingdom to sort of solidify the safety. Mardis was sent back to the Goblin Quarter to keep things under wraps and keep things safe. The Leshen was sent to police certain areas around the city just to sort of keep security up. And the Tortle that you were traveling with has declined to continue with the adventures, at least for now, as well as the Draconian that you guys had. That, like, for varying separate reasons, they've decided not to continue. So we're just gonna retcon and say that you guys came out here, just the two of you, at least for now.
Sices, are you done looking at the Bloodwell? I think might have tapped it during the fight.
Yes, Sices, are you looking at the blood well?
I am indeed.
Okay, so if you're looking into the well, previously it had welled up and opened into a huge eye and was communicating with you guys as the sort of the dark god was speaking to you, but has since sort of closed and flushed down into just a pool of blood again.
Okay. Can I
Mm-hmm.
do some manner of, like, arcana check to see if I can discern what is going on with the weird eyeball blood pool?
Absolutely, yeah. roll me some arcana.
That looks pretty good.
There's an 18, yeah. As you were sort of, like, looking over it, it's definitely, like, this pool of blood is definitely used as a communication device with a larger entity. That entity does appear to be very abyssal in nature and was communicating with you guys moments ago. And you feel that that is largely the way that it has been communicating with the denizens of this temple.
Cool.
It's a big old abyssal phone.
Cool. Wow. Fantasy cell phone. It's great. Text messages. Um. Okay, so just remind me from the last time, what message did we manage to get that came through with this otherworldly being?
Well,
Eyeball
mostly
being?
it had, as you guys had entered, and at last point, Ophelia was sort of faking being a member of their order and was luring them into the other room to be picked off. It had, at that point, known that Ophelia was not a member of this cult that exists in this temple, but was playing along, and after you guys had finished killing them, had more or less jeered at you for being on the wrong side of history and following the wrong person before sort of swirling and disappearing for now.
Right, okay. So that guy sucks. Gotcha.
That was actually slightly incorrect. He was
Okay.
trying to win me back over to his side because the entirety of the clan and the pod that lived out here did worship him, but she got whisked away when she was so young that she hadn't been properly taught. But he was trying to be like, you could do great things with my power.
Yes.
Ah,
that is
right.
correct.
I do remember that.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes, that was also a part of it.
Cool,
So,
cool.
He wants me bad.
He would like you back. This is a correct thing. Very
Yeah, well-
swiftly,
Yes.
actually, let me know what you're gonna do first, and then we'll check in on the folks in the other room.
I mean, I was gonna just say that he can suck it, but
Suck on them ghosty balls.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Fuck. Okay. Cool. Do I notice anything else, particularly interesting about said pool of blood? Blood pool.
The blood pool. You notice that there is another pool of blood that is located sort of on the other wall, slightly just over here, and that is seemingly some kind of backup blood pool, in case this blood pool seems to dry out. So yeah.
Cool.
Other than that, I mean, like, you're not sure where all the blood came from. I mean, a lot of the bodies that are in that side room might indicate where at least some of it came from. But that's about it, yeah. It's just a large device used for communicating with their deity.
Cool. Gross. Alright.
Nasty.
Gross. Okay, cool. So, Sices just kind of reconnects with Ophelia. Can I just go right over here? Is that a thing I can just be right over? There we go.
There
Yeah.
was one more room down this tiny over here. See it too.
Nope.
But I'm not sure. There seems to be something larger ahead.
Okay.
I don't know.
Uh,
It's a lot for me to do.
Max.
Sices kind of just gives or I guess reaches out to give Ophelia like a little pat on the shoulder. We'll sort it out. We'll figure this out.
Back or forwards?
I would say I get the feeling that you probably have a better understanding of this place, or would have a better understanding of this place than I would. So I think I'm going to trust your judgment on this.
Well, why don't we kill two birds with one stone? Kind of do both. And I'm going to send Seth to go check the other door while we move forward down the big hallway.
Okay.
Alright, so, you send your sweet squiddy friend down the other hallway to have a look at...
Excuse me, he is an octopus. He is
This
not
is true.
squid.
This is okay.
He's an octopus.
Correction taken.
So,
But
just to everyone in the chat. So we have a tiny little teal octopus who is a fiend familiar, whose name is Seth, and he's just cute and a little bit dopey, and he's basically has been so far the party's adorable mascot, and he really likes his mom.
He's a very good boy.
So, Seth, the ever moist, walks down the hallway on his wee tentacles, just sort of perpetually wet. He down the hallway and up to the door, and he twists around the door handle and pops it open, and it creaks. And you see inside this room a very clean pool of water.
So I'm kind of using my things because familiar I can see through his senses, so it's all good. So I'm seeing this as the rest of us are walking down the hall, and he gets so excited.
Oh yeah, he just absolutely just plops himself in there, and it is a pool of clean water. It's strangely almost purified in how clean it is, and he sort of splashes around and swims in little circles. You, Ophelia, recognize this as almost like a ritual bath. This is a place where the high priest might sleep and or clean himself.
Cool. just gonna tuck that back away in my brain and just ask him to come on back. And after he's had his nice little,
Yeah, so he scoots back up to you and hides inside your coat.
right underneath my hair tentacles, like he's wont to do.
Yep.
His favorite place. His favorite place to cuddle.
Hiding behind those hair tentacles. So then, yeah. Do you guys move towards this door?
I am trying to zoom out of this map, and it is giving me difficulties. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, let's go left. Why can't I make the circles anymore?
You can like click and hold on the map. Wing.
Oh, wow. Fancy.
All
Right.
As you guys approach the door, we're going to cut over to our friends that are in the opposite little room there, that are just off to the side. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit. As the scene picks up here, you guys are still, like, sort of coming to, feeling a little bit groggy. You do remember, as you were, at the very least, Knocker, as you were investigating through the woods, looking for some kind of source of this strange corruption that you were almost set upon almost too fast by a mind flayer in a black cloak carrying a gnarled, ornate staff. And some other being, which appeared to be humanoid in nature, though it carried no distinctive features, save for the fact that it wasn't wearing clothes, didn't have any sex organs, and its head was a huge mass of writhing tentacles. Somehow, somewhere beyond your understanding, it screeched, and you and your familiar were rendered unconscious. You came to consciousness, in this small room. The she that you find yourselves with, the individual across from you, Kansiana, you were also doing relatively similar things. The woods is a place that you've called home for a very long time, and the same thing sort of happened. You were wandering around, you felt like there was some kind of sickness that had fallen on the woods over the last few years, and you decided to poke around a little bit. You found this temple, and were ambushed by some of the denizens that were inside.
Okay. So, when Knocker comes to, he quickly sits upright and looks around, and I'm not sure if is everyone else awake too? Like, does everyone come to at the same time as?
Yeah, we're gonna say that you came around and around about the same time, maybe like a minute or two's difference from the other people.
Okay, well, then he sits up and he looks around. And he goes, "I don't touch my stuff." Oh, okay, I'm okay. We're all right, guys. Everything seems okay. I think we're inside now, though. And then I'll look around for my little fairy dragon friend, just to see if she's okay. I'll kind of like poke her to make sure she's awake.
Oof! What the heck happened?
I don't know. We were attacked, I guess, by I'm gonna go ahead and call them Nope Beast.
Good name.
Yeah. But it looks like we're not alone.
Yeah, there's a small echo due to the other things being on, but that's okay. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, we have 3 people in one room, or in one household rather, that are coming in. So there do appear to be some things. Apologies. Please continue.
So I address the person sitting in the room with me, and I'm like, did you get attacked by the Nope Beast?
The Nope Beasts?
Well, I mean, we were in the woods, and then some sort of tentacle monsters attacked us, and now we're here.
I can't say I'm familiar with anything called a note beast, but indeed, here we are.
Yep. Okay, so let's not be here.
Let's get out.
Yeah. Is there some way we can? I'm assuming there's a door on this room.
There is. Sorry, let me just. There you go. So just slightly ahead of you, there's the two beds here. There's a few boxes that seem to be open or overturned, sort of in the corner of the room there with you. And then down at the end of the hallway, there is a door. Down some stairs.
Did they take all our stuff?
You still appear to have your equipment with you.
Well, that was a big mistake. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna rummage around in my backpack and pull out my crowbar and say, "All right, let's spring this joint."
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Yeah, popsicles.
All right.
So I head down to the door, but I'll head down cautiously, and I'll look back at the new friend in the room and just say, "You got any any special talents for getting out of rooms like this, or are we just doing this the?"
I mean, by all means, if you have an easy way, let's try that.
All right. Are there bars on this window, or is it on this door, or is it just like a door?
It is a door that is of stone make. It appears to have like the normal sort of door handle latch that is in the door handle position. However, it does appear to be locked. Also,
stone doors. Come on.
Quickly, just wanted to say thank you to Mr. Classic Magic for your donation. I've put you down for a ticket. If you want to put any more tickets for the raffle at the end of our stream, please feel free to let me know in the comments section there in the chat. And yes, just also as a quick update for folks, because I forgot to mention when we got started, we have a raffle going on. It's $5 for a ticket, and it gets you Torchlight 2 if you win. Yay. All right.
Very cool.
Yeah, so you're at this door.
So is the door? I'm gonna try the handle. Before I start hitting it with a crowbar, I'm gonna try.
The door opens. I'm kidding. It's locked. It says, you pull on the latch for the door, and it clicks. It appears to be locked from the outside.
Can I see? Is there like a crack under the door, or like is there a keyhole, or is there some way I can see what's on the other?
There is a small crack under the door. Roll me perception.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
16.
Hey, there we did. I did it.
Okay, so as you get down and kind of peer underneath the door, you see a shadow of something that's like just out of your view to the left of the door. You hear heavy, unnatural breathing.
Okay, so there's something out there.
There is something out there, yeah. But it appears as though the creature may be alone.
I see. Okay. So I'm going to very quietly walk back into the room. And I'm going to say, all right, I got a plan. I think I can. So just to be clear, I can see the floor on the other side of the door. Like I can see out into the hallway a little.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Here, I'll even give you like a little bit of vision of what's out there. There you go. So you have sort of like a limited view peeking out from under the door. But yeah, you can kind of see that there's like some what appear to be large stone chairs and a table there. A big stone table. And yeah, you hear something to your left.
Okay, so I'm gonna go outside, and I'm gonna open the door, and as soon as the door's open, whoever's out there, we gotta rush him. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay, good. Usually I get more pushback. All right.
Are you sure you can open the door?
No, not at all. So we're gonna see how this goes. And I, without even hesitating, I'm gonna like lie down on the ground, look under the door, and cast Misty Step, so I'm on the other side of the door.
Misty Step. Okay. Yeah. Click on Misty Step for me, because it does indeed let you
got it.
teleport short distances. But I just want to read it through for the folks at home. Oh, and Willow Gray has also gotten us a raffle ticket. Misty Step, yep. One bonus action. Briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. All right. So let me just quickly add our good friend Willow to the Raggleful. Willow G. And did Mr. Classic Magic ask for anybody else and I missed it? Let's just go down through the thing. Or remember, I'm going to spend an hour for you. Put my tickets on Ton. My laptop can't run those heavy memory games. That's okay. All right. So Mr. Classic Magic gave their tickets to Tonberry. And we're going to say that. Okay, cool. All right. So you cast this spell, like you sort of turn into this brief mist and swirl around to the outside of the door. And you find yourself right about here. Is that where you wanted to go?
Yeah, that's right. Just within reach of the door, so that I can quickly turn around and open.
All right. So you, my God, you come on out here and you see a large creature that is standing on what appears to be kind of 4 stumps, and it sort of wheels around and looks at you, and it has just a huge, it's like a ball that is just a massive mouth, and it's pointing in an up-ish direction. There are a few sort of small stalks sticking off the sides of it that have eyes on it, and it's got 4 legs, and it's sort of, as you whoop to the outside, it turns and sort of turns its mouth towards you, and it opens up, salivating, and makes a very gross noise at you.
Oh, I regret so many decisions I've made today. All right, I'm going to open the door, and I'm going to scream for my friends to come and help me, because this thing's probably...
The door's locked. There's a keyhole that's underneath the latch.
Yep. Yep. Okay,
Yep.
well, you know, not... Okay, Book. Hey, little puppy. Everything's gonna be okay.
Do you have do you have animal care as a skill?
No.
Can you roll it for me anyway?
Well, actually, yeah, I can definitely do that. I have a different. Hey,
Alright, cool. So, this creature, as it's looking at you, only approaches very slowly as its jaws sort of open and close in a relatively inviting fashion. And we will, at that point, we're going to jump back very quickly to our friends on the other side of this door. And we will come back to this very suspenseful situation in a moment. So Ophelia and Sices, you guys find yourself at a large stone door heading upwards. What do you guys do?
Push open the door.
Good. All right, so you guys walk up. The door opens. There doesn't appear to be any sort of obstruction on this particular one. The large stone door sort of slides to one side, and you see down into this room here, you see stairs that go down and up the other side, and there is some manner of creature in here.
It's one of the dogs again.
Yeah, it's one of these creepy dog things, and it barks and snarls at you. Before we begin ourselves a tiny little initiative.
No, we have to fight. Okay.
So, to remind
We're gonna get rid of that.
everyone doing Bodak's not here.
No, Bodek is not here.
Click on your token on the map, and then once you have selected.
There you go. Yeah,
Did-
so if you're going to roll initiative and you want to end up in the nice little turn order that's onto the side there, you click your token, and then you roll initiative. As that was... Sorry, I was going to repeat that really quickly because that was cutting out just a little bit here and there. But yeah. So, bam, bam, bam. And this creature, we're going to say... This guy. This fucking dude. We're going to say...
Sorry, did you want us to roll initiative too? The other
Dag.
team?
Not yet, no. And I'm gonna say its initiative is not that high, so we're gonna say you are at it too. There we go. Ba-da-bop. Nope. Come on. There it is. Alright, so. Sices, you're up.
Wow. It's me first.
So you see this gross dog creature in the hallway, and it turns and goes. "Ah, rah, 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 rah."
I sure do see it. I seen it. Where in the heckaroni? Sorry, I'm re-getting used to roll 20 here. All right, there is a spells. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. I'm probably not, because grids, I'm over here, and I probably can't see into here very well.
You can see around the corner.
I
The
can see
corner
around the
that's
corner?
there. Yeah, you can see down that hallway from that
I'll
position.
lean over, and then you can lean over, and we can both see. Neither of us are melee fighters. I
Yeah.
don't think it's an issue.
This map didn't
Okay.
snap terribly well to the grid, so we'll just kind of have to sort of fudge it a little bit as we go along.
Okay. I'm gonna do a heckin' vicious mockery at it.
Vicious Mockery, cast away.
So
Oh.
it's gotta make a save.
It's gotta make a whiz save.
Gotta make a save.
It's gotta do that whiz. Oh god.
And I gotta look up this, don't I?
Yeah, it doesn't have, it's not great. But let's go... Wisdom save on this thing.
Oh,
It fucking crit
you.
success! How awful.
What the balls?
But of course. And as you yell insults down the hallway at it, like, your mom ain't shit, or something, it kind of stops for a second and turns its head sideways as it maybe didn't understand what you said, and so the insult didn't terribly land well. Is there anything else you want to do for your turn?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna watch carefully, basically.
Alright. Counter Saturn, I
Being
did get
careful.
your $5 donation. Thank you so much. You have been added to the Raggleful. Because I don't know how to
Raggleful.
Yeah, it's Raggleful. Because I accidentally hit G one time. So there we are. So now we're moving on to Ophelia. You're up.
Okay, just briefly reviewing my spells. So, okay. 1 sec. Between my attack side and other side, that's good. Okay, cool. So, I look down, I'm just like, not more of these things, and then from where I am going to cast Ray of Frost.
Oh, damn. Oh, Jesus. So you immediately open up. And you cast this beam of ice that shoots down the hallway and slams into this creature. And it, like, recoils. As you hit it with 9 cold damage. It is not good. This monster is definitely looking in bad shape. And Seth is up.
Also, as you can see our nice little text in the middle there, because it got hit, the target speed is reduced by 10 feet until the end of my next turn. So,
Yay.
fuck you, dog!
Fuck you, dog!
Get bodied.
Okay. He's going. Where'd my boy go?
Oh, your boy? Oh, yes. Let me get him for you. Your sweet boy. Here. Nope, that's another dog. Hold on. Where'd I put him? There he is. There's your boy.
It's your boy.
What's this? It's another dog. I'm sorry. One second.
He's he not move far. He's gonna stay behind me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he'll stay scooched in behind your head.
Behind my head.
All right. Cool. Then it's the dag's turn. This thing goes 5, 10, 15. It is able to make its distance here to 20, and it barks, rah, 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 and it makes a slash with its weird sort of like front claw feet, gross little feet at Ophelia. Jesus Christ. It's sickly claws it slashes at you with. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
I'm a squishy wizard.
It does 2 damage.
Yeah.
Bleh. All right, and we're back up to Sices. You're up.
It's me. Well, let's. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna try again. We're gonna try again with a vicious mockery.
Get him.
Yeah. You gotta make a wisdom save.
I gotta make another wisdom save. All
Make
right,
a wisdom save.
gotta make that whiz.
Get bodied.
He does not. He does not make it. So yeah, you do vicious mockery, DC 13 wisdom save. And how much damage does that do this time?
That is a
Roll me a D4.
What? 1d4 psychic damage. How do I do this again? Slash
Here, if I.
Slash R space 1d4.
1d4. Whoop!
You do 2 damage. So as it runs up and slashes at Ophelia, you lean around the corner a little bit more and go, bitch! And it goes, and it dies.
Yay! We did it. Da, 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 da.
Yay! So it goes, bleh, and it falls over.
Bleh.
Making gross sort of little gurgly noises. And
As it is wont to do.
As it is wont to do, and you guys are left standing in the hallway here.
Okay. Well, that was unpleasant.
Hold on a sec. Wait, I gotta look at one of my.
I just like that.
You keep
I
talking.
just like that. Bitch! And it's like,
Although I guess in Siace's case specifically, it would be more like, she says something really, really depressing and self-deprecating, and it makes the enemy real sad, and
of
they
course you would
suffer-
attack her.
they
I'm not
they
worth
suffer-
attacking. And the monster's just like, and falls over.
it's just like, yeah, suffer psychic damage from
I-
self-deprecation.
Oh, damn it! I don't get to use my cool thing because I'm not the one who actually killed it.
Oh,
Aw.
sorry.
That's okay.
Poop.
So what do you guys
wait. We'll wait later. I just, without caring, just step over its body.
Yeah, so as
I
you,
just, like,
you step over its
kind of
body, and you come into
I
this
kind of
room.
kick it in the head as I step over.
Hell yeah. Get it.
Yeah, I just do like a little ghost float over it.
Woo. You come to the middle of this room here. As the stairs sort of descend, there are 2 chambers off to either side of you, to the left and the right. Each chamber has 6 large stone coffins in them. And there is a door in front of you. Cool. Ophelia, you would remember that this was a place where they entombed some of the most dedicated priests and priestesses of their order.
Or, and I'm gonna see if I can remember anything about it. I'm doing really good. Shit.
History 8. You do
Rip.
remember that this is where they were buried, and you remember being walked through here on 1 or 2 occasions, to and from the main temple area where worship was held, but it's real fuzzy. That was a very long time ago. You were very young at the time.
Okay.
And, like, you don't know any of them by name, but you do know that they exist, that they were here, and that they were very reverent. There may have been an occasion where one of the priests brought you in and spoke very reverently of the people that they've entombed here, but a lot of that was lost because you were more interested in things like what was for dinner, or when's the next time I get to play tag, or stuff like that. Just kid stuff.
When's the next time I get to poke a goblin's body?
Yeah. I'm bored. I won't go play Pokemon.
Play Pokemon.
Sucks.
So as she's kind of standing there, she's remembering kind of walking down these halls and feeling kind of like, oh, when you walk down this hallway, you have to be quiet. You have to, they did a lot for us. You have to be very quiet and respectful. But now, with the information that she's got, that her entire kind of, it's not pod. That's not the word I had used, but their entire kind of small society down here worshipped this.
Oop, you cut out there. Worship this.
Being, which lead to his servitude, and it has a kind of different about it now. And she's a little bit of.
Yeah, you're definitely kind of feeling a lot more woke about the situation, that there's these 12 sort of apostles of your people that have been buried here, and like at once it was this great sort of feeling of reverence when you're walking through. You gotta be quiet as you pass them because you need to show this deep respect, but now it's like you definitely get the feeling that your people were more slaves to this entity than anything, and obviously it did nothing to protect you when the Empire came.
Yeah. She's still not 100% sure how she feels about it, but there's kind of like warring thoughts in the back of her mind about it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna walk up to this door and see what we got going on.
So you move up to this door here, and again, it's not locked, and largely it flings right on open. And as you enter the space, coming into the room, you are met with the vision of a goblin standing on the other side of a door, as a abyssal maw is walking towards it very slowly, with its teeth open, and there's a bits of drool sort of slathering out of its mouth as it breathes very moistly. One of the eye stalks on its side sort of twists around and looks at you as you enter, and it stops in its tracks.
I see that. I gesture back to Siaces to be like, stay back out of view.
Ah, no, it's a note beast.
And I just steps forward.
Ah, it's
Stare
coming straight for us.
And then just kind of staring at the abyssal maw and just go, get back to your cage.
No, I just escaped my cage.
And what am I looking at again? Is it a dwarf?
It's
Or
a goblin.
goblin.
There's a goblin on the other side of the abyssal maw. that
Christ.
is referred to you as a nope beast and said he will not get back in his cage.
Ah,
And I
you're
just
a dwarf.
okay. So I look at the goblin. Her hand at the goblin and cast, which means I can telepathically talk to you and you can respond back and nothing else can hear. Shut your damn mouth if you want to stay alive.
You can't tell me what to do. And I'm gonna run and jump under the table.
So the table doesn't have like legs. It's a large stone top, and then it bevels in sort of as it reaches the floor, so that the people can sort of scooch in. But you can definitely like scooch under the table between like the surface of the table and one of the chairs if you want to.
Worst table ever.
Honestly, at this point with that happening, I'm not surprised if the invisible ball decides to go after it because it's a stupid thing made of teeth.
Yeah, it's got kind of like one eye following the goblin, but one of its larger eye stalks is still fixated on Ophelia. Now, Ophelia, if you are telling this creature to go away, I want you to give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
Because while it is largely a mindless abyssal creature, it does understand, at least these ones have an understanding of sort of a domestic hierarchy. Jesus, that's a dirty 20. It's a dirty 20, as they call it at the Adventure Zone. So yeah, you point at this thing, and you say, get back to your fucking cage. And it sort of like steps around a little bit on the spot and kind of like and then starts to humdrum its way in this direction. Now, Syaces, this creature is coming towards you. What do you do?
Does it know I'm here?
It has not seen you yet.
Okay. Cool. I does it look like Ophelia is in any trouble, or does it look like she has probably has a handle on the situation?
It very much looks like I have a handle on this situation, at least at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was gonna say, you could do, like, an investigation to try and, like, sort of read the room a little bit, but I'm gonna say, like, naturally, like, you saw her point at it and be like, go back to your cage, and it was like, meh, and started, like, trudging across the room, sort of pouty, as much as a creature like that can pout. But it hasn't seen you yet. What are you gonna get up to?
I'm actually going to take a hold action. Essentially what I want to do is Syaces is kind of observing and watching for any trouble that might break loose, but also doesn't want to draw unnecessary attention to herself. So...
And in Ophelia's head, she's like, go invisible, go invisible, go invisible, go invisible, go invisible.
Yeah, so, actually, you know what? Give me what's the insight? Roll me insight.
Who is rolling insight?
You, Syaces.
Me. Okay, insight. Whoop!
Whoops. Okay, well, yeah, no, you're just kind of watching this happen. So the creature sort of trudges across the room and just like trudges its way around Ophelia, but once it gets to the other side of her and one of its eye stalks turns towards the hallway, it almost comes face to face entirely with you, and it stops in its tracks and then opens its large mouth and goes meh! And roll initiative.
I have a request. Do a surprise.
Do you get a surprise round? I'm going to say that your attacks have advantage because at this point, this creature does not know if you are on its side or not. Like, as far as it's still convinced that you are its ally.
So was that yes on surprise round?
No surprise round, but you do have advantage on your attacks. Let's see what this creature gets. I'll just roll it. Okay. You fucking goofed! There is a maw. And it rolled a 2. Dope. And we're gonna put these in descending order. Okay. So, yeah, as it opens its mouth and lets out a horrifying screech, and then steps forward to immediately attack Cyaces. But you guys get the drop on it. What do you guys do? Your first attack.
Okay, so Ophelia's first in the who's first in the order?
That would be Ophelia at the top of the order with... Oh, it was higher than 8, and now it's 8. What happened there? Oh, Seth got overwritten. What was your thing
It
originally?
was 14 originally.
It was 14. Okay, so we're
Oh yeah, it's right there. Look at that.
There we go. Let's adjust that. Oh, because Seth was moved off. Here you go. Click on him and try it again.
Roll. Yeah, because
Yeah. I'll just put him there with you. There you go. All right. So we'll add Seth to the initiative. Okay. So, what do you do?
since I'm right there, I'm gonna put my hands on him and use chill touch at quite literally a point blank range.
Absolutely. So yeah,
So chill touch is normally a ranged attack check, but I'm literally touching it.
Yeah, then just do a touch attack. Just get it.
Okay.
But you're rolling with advantage, so it's 22, and that hits. So the creature not super paying attention to you as it rounds the corner. You reach out with your icy grip and graze the side of it for 1 necrotic damage, and it shrieks and takes a little point.
And cannot regain HP until the end of my next.
That's right.
That.
All right, and what does Seth do? Sorry, we can't hear you right now if you're talking.
Yeah, I'm having some connection issues. I'm jumping on the table.
That's okay. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Hop.
Here's a guy. Hoopla. And you know what? I'm gonna say that because for this round it was still pretty surprised that you attacked it and then hopped backwards. It basically didn't make that attack of opportunity towards you. Does Seth do anything for his turn? Okay, so it's showing the thing is green, but your sound's not coming through.
So, you hear me now?
Cutting in and out. Sorry.
Yeah, well, so I have you guys cutting in and out too.
Shit.
Okay, so instead of Seth jumping with me onto the table, he would actually jump off of the back of my neck and onto the Abyssal Maw's eye stalks, trying to kind of blind it and giving advantage to whoever comes next.
All right. Get Seth to roll me a grapple check.
A grapple bapple.
A little grapple babble.
Tinkle outside the bingo.
So,
Actually,
strength check?
let's talk about it.
Yeah, that's Taco Baku. Taco Baku tinkers outside the bingo. Grapple Bapple is a different thing. If you don't have grapple as... Yeah, I think it's just a contested strength check now.
That's all it is. It's just a contested strength check.
Yeah, so you just roll me a strength check. It's a 0. You got 3 minus 3 because he's a little guy. And the monster rolls a negative, literally a nat 1, so he fails. Against all odds,
My little boy!
as this creature is quite strong, as you leap backwards onto the table, Seth comes leaping out of your hood and lands on this monster, and is just like sort of gripping around its eyes. It doesn't manage to really inhibit the creature in any significant fashion, like you can't pin it or anything like that, but it is definitely distracted, and takes disadvantage until its next turn. Right. Knocker, what are you up to?
Oh my god. So I just see this. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are in fact a mind flayer. Ophelia?
Yeah, she's lighting up, but there's no sound coming through. I think what's
Sometimes when that
happening.
happens, you have to just-
I think what's happening is her
Connect
computer is setting her audio threshold to super low, because Windows has a really nasty habit of doing that. If you go into your sound settings, you're gonna have to like go into properties and whatnot in order to adjust where the threshold is, because then like anything under a certain threshold
No.
will be treated as no sound at all.
It's not a threshold. Is my computer is actually there's too much stuff going on.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So, anyways, normally Ophelia wears a big black hood up to kind of cover most of her face, but she's in a cave, which her friend, so she has her hood down. So yes, she is very distinctly a mind flayer.
Yeah. So basically, what Knocker saw was the mind flayer gently caress this horrible monster, and then another smaller note beast jumped out of her hood and jumped onto this thing, ostensibly helping it in some way, making it stronger. He doesn't know what the hell is going on, so he's like, nah, I'm out of here. So I'm going to, as my action, I'm going to dismiss my familiar into the pocket dimension. I'm going to dismiss Daisy into the pocket dimension.
Okay.
So that next round I'll be able to summon her next to me so that we can get the fuck out of here.
All right.
And I'm going to start heading towards this door over.
You're gonna start heading over there?
But
Yeah.
but I'm going to hide first. So I'm going to just move along under. I'm going to move to there, and I'm going to take the hide action.
Scooching along underneath the table. Yeah, roll me stealth.
And the whole time I'm going to be going, oh god, oh god, oh god. And I am the wind.
He just like scooching along underneath the chairs. The chairs are large enough that they actually provide you some pretty good cover as you sort of sneak between the front legs of the chair and the bottom of the table. This entire time, our good friend, the she, is still sort of sitting in the room, watched the goblin disappear into mist under the door, heard a bunch of commotions, and then watched the little dragon just disappear out of the room as well. So that's happened. Yeah. I would say, though, that from where you were standing, you could definitely tell that what the Mind Flayer did to the abyssal creature was a harmful spell.
Okay.
Like, when she touched the side of it, like, the part that she touched definitely rotted and died a little bit, and, like, blood started sweeping out of that wound.
Oh, and it screamed from its giant mouth.
Yeah. If you want to roll insight, I could definitely give you more information if you want.
Sure, that should go terribly.
Yeah, roll me some insight.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what the fuck is happening.
No,
like, this
I'm
is
hiding.
very obviously like, this is very confusing, because one of those creatures, the same kind of creatures that put you in this room, came in and was like, shut your mouth if you want to live, and then told the monster to leave, and then as the monster was going around the side of it, was like, tag on the back of it with some weird necrotic spell, and leapt over on the table, and like another squid came out of it, so I don't know if that's like its kid or something, you don't know, and it's like wrapped around the side of the monster, and the monster's trying to get it off, and it's very confusing. Like, this whole situation is very weird.
I was in a tree like a couple hours ago. I was happy. There was a forest, and I was in a tree, and now all this is happening. Adventuring is crazy. I don't know if
I don't know what's going on. Sciaces, you are up.
Okay. Alright. Let me... Hang on a second, because there's a thing. There's a thing that I might maybe be able to do, question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Banshee. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, maybe we don't. Okay, no, well, that would hurt my teammate. I was considering whether or not I want to be a very scared and do a banshee whale.
I mean,
we're
you
not
could,
gonna do that.
but it's hard for you to do so without perhaps affecting your teammate who's on the table and/or the tiny squid, which is now attached to the monster.
Oh no, I don't want to hurt Seffy.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. I can always bring him back. He's a good boy.
He's a very good boy. Okay. We are going to... yeah, okay, fine. We're gonna do a Tasha's hideous laughter at it. Except, instead of laughter, it's going to be just, like, unbearable sobbing.
It is the ugliest cry that you can imagine.
Yeah. She's just... Saisis is very scared, and has started just sobbing uncontrollably.
Oh god. Okay, so this... Let's see if... Is it smart enough? It is just smart enough. Okay. Because, like, creatures with 4 or less intelligence aren't affected. Because they don't know really what sad is, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, a creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. In this case, everything is deeply sad and falls into fits of weeping. The target has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. Creature, with intelligence 4 or less isn't affected at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the creature can make another wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage. On a success, the spell ends. Okay. So every time it finishes its turn, and every time it takes damage, it can take a saving throw to snap out of being very sad. So wisdom is not its strong suit, and it needs to beat your spell
13.
DC is 13.
Yeah.
It's 2! So it, like, closes its big mouth and, like, flops onto one side and goes, moo.
Remind me, is it every creature? A creature of your choice. Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, you start weeping at this thing, and it just goes thump onto one side and goes moo. And it's turn. So at the end of its turn, it does nothing for its turn, then sit there and be very sad. So at the end of its turn, it is allowed to try to make another wisdom saving throw, which it fucking boofs. And it's now your turn, Ophelia.
Cool. Okay, so the way for me to do this is I need to hop between. So now, I don't like this thing. It didn't listen. It didn't go away. It didn't take enough damage. Screw this. We're going to toll the dead. Now, question, Domo. Do you have a
damn.
sound effect? Do you have a sound effect lined up? Because if you don't, I do.
Well, no, here's the thing. Yeah, so you reach out with your hand and like a large sort of spectral bell tomes over top of it, and the creature is sort of like racked with pain.
Okay. However,
Mm-hmm.
it needs to do a a wisdom save with a DC 14.
Yes, and it makes that wisdom save.
Does it because Seth is still bopping it on the head.
Ty usually goes to defender. So even on a disadvantage, you would still do that. But yeah, I was gonna say it has disadvantage for when it's trying to attack people because it's very distracted by the fact that there's a little octopus attached to it. But other than that, it's on the ground. It's feeling very sad. The bell rings. If it's missing
So
any
it takes-
HP, then that becomes a D12, which...
If it does the wisdom save, it takes no damage.
Okay, so yeah, the bell rings, and it's just kind of lying there, just being real sad. And because it didn't take any damage, it doesn't get another saving throw to wake up out of being sad all bunch. Does Seth do anything?
Yeah, he continues bapping it on the head.
Tentacle attack! Bludgeoning! You know what? You're gonna say you absolutely hit it because it is kind of lying there prone. So you have advantage on an attack, and that is a 24 absolutely hits. So it takes 2 damage, but it does get the option because it took some damage to try and snap out of the being sad, which it
Okay.
does.
It also needs to do a strength strength check with the DC 10 to see if it's grappled again.
Does that happen at the beginning or the end of a turn?
No, it's during the tentacle attack.
Oh, during the tentacle attack, you would win
Yes.
that as the creature is lying prone and doing nothing.
So it's grappled again.
Yeah, so it is still grappled by this creature, by little Seth. Still stuck to its side, so it stops being sad and goes "Meh," and stands up, but it's still got like an octopus on one side of its head. Knocker, what are you up to?
Okay. Well,
You've
I don't
heard
know what's going on here.
you have heard a giant incorporeal bell go dong, and then nothing happened.
You're not making a great case for me coming out of it from under here. So, yeah, there's bells going on and everything's terrible. So I'm going to summon my little friend as an action. I'm going to snap my fingers, and my familiar will appear beside me.
Oh, hey!
We gotta get the fuck out of here. But I think you should probably save that other prisoner. I don't have any plans. Maybe make yourself invisible and try to pick the lock with your tail or something. I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
I will.
So should we have her roll into initiative?
Yes, actually, now that she's out, again, select your icon and then roll initiative from your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my action, and as my bonus action, to protect myself, I'm going to reach into my pocket, and I'm going to pull out some pebbles, and I'm going to cast Magic Stone, and just keep them in my hand, ready to whip at anything that comes at me. But I am bravely, while my familiar is bravely going to try to pick that lock, I'm going to also very bravely run away more. And I'm going to go try this door over here.
All right.
So I move out, and I'm going to try that door, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to run away.
Magic Stone. Yeah, let's click that in there. There we go.
Oh yeah, I can click the spell if you want.
That's okay. Oh, it's a touch spell, and you touch a stone, and what does that do exactly?
Oh, that's weird. I don't understand. Oh, I see. It rolled it as if it was an attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just makes me some magic stones that I can chuck, and they do okay.
All right. So I'm gonna put you, Daisy, into the initiative. So the top of the next round, you will pop on in.
Okie doke.
Knocker, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
So I'm gonna just try that door real quick, just to see if it opens.
You come along to the door and fiddling with the handle, it is open.
I am going to open it.
Yeah, okay, so, you open that door, and it reveals a little bit of a hallway there. And we're
Awesome.
gonna
Somewhere for me to hide.
Take that, and we're just gonna delete that. There we go. Delete.
Oh, don't
door.
delete the door. I'm definitely going through it and closing it behind.
Alright. So you move to the other side of the door? Alright, dope.
Yeah.
So
I'm
then
gonna
I will-
just close it behind me. Just like take a breath. Okay. Maybe I'm safe here now.
Yep.
And I'm just going to stay in telepathic communication with my familiar and see if she can unlock.
Unlock that door. Alright.
It's just, and Ophelia kind of like from her vantage point on the table sees the goblin run out of the room. Like, are you serious?
God damn it. Alright. Sices, you're up.
I sure am. I'm running. I am. We started this. I am already low on spell slots because we didn't get to long rest or anything. So here we are.
So then here we are.
I am. Okay. What do I am going to. I'm gonna do a vicious mockery.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
worked
do a
before.
vicious mockery.
So you're gonna do another vicious mockery at the
That's
beast.
what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
You gotta do a wisdom saving throw.
We'll click it.
Oh.
You're gonna do wisdom saving throw to
Well-
do it, and he manages to resist.
Oh.
As you're like, yeah, this worked before. You're like, bitch, and it doesn't seem to hear you because it's got like an octopus on the side of its face. So it just appears to be sort of preoccupied, and the magical mockery does not seem to take hold on the creature.
Cool.
Is there
Cool,
anything else
good.
you'd like to do with your turn?
Can I take like well, except there's a door in the way, but can I just want to take like a 5-foot. I feel like I'm weirdly not happy in this like hallway corridor situation.
Yeah.
So can I take I don't want to get attack of opportunity, so the door's in the way.
So
Am I kind of stuckish here?
rogues
If you move,
in
if you
these
move-
days have the ability to disengage. It's like its own separate skill.
Yeah.
Whereas the 5-foot step that allows you to leave a threat zone without being attacked with opportunity seems to have been removed from 5th edition, because then otherwise everyone would do it, which everyone did, and I don't know, some people seem to not like that. So, if you want to move to that space, you can, but understand this creature is very distracted, so if it does try to attack you, it will do so with disadvantage.
Alright, I'm gonna take a chance. That's fine. We're gonna go. In fact, I'm gonna hide behind the door even.
Alright, so you move behind the large stone door that's been opened up there. It gives you kind of like a half cover. And the monster tries to bite at you. Does an 8 hit you?
No, 8 does not hit me.
Alright, so it futilely sort of chomps its jaws in your direction as it's trying to shake this fucking octopus off its head. And it is the Maw's turn. The Maw is going to do a contested strength check against Seth to see if he can get Seth off.
Oh, one sec. Ah, fuck. That's not boding well.
It's a dirty 20.
Here. I can't. Oh, there we go.
It's 0.
He's a tiny boy.
So, yeah, it manages to shake, and Seth goes "Bleh," and falls over and kind of against the side of the table there. And now it's in the open, eyeing the two of you as it's sort of confused in a sense, as it looks between the two of you. It sort of goes back and forth, and I'm gonna Fucking. Yeah, no, it's fucking okay. As it's looking back and forth between the two of you, you can definitely tell, Ophelia, that it's still, like, despite the fact that you, like, touched it and it hurt, it's still confused, because these creatures largely are very stupid, but they are domesticated, so very much like a dog, it's kind of confused as it's looking around. It doesn't have a master telling it to do anything else. I'm gonna say it...
Can I try something then? Because it's looking at me confused, like it's not sure what to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically say for the rest of its turn, it kind of spends its turn being confused with a roll of 7, and looking around the room. So, before we can get to you though, Daisy, what are you up to?
I am going to go invisible.
Gonna go as a ninja.
Yeah. And try not to let out any shrieks of horror by what I'm seeing. I'm going to try to restrain myself. And then I'm going to head over and try to see what I can do about this door.
Okay.
Get my little dragon fingers in there and see if I can squeeze around.
Yeah, as you are a tiny-sized creature, smaller than small, you have itty-bitty little claws, and the large sort of, like, keyhole that's underneath the door latch, you manage to, like, you could fit one of your front claws and perhaps even the tip of your tail into the keyhole to try and rummage around. For that particularly, I am going to see, roll me just like a flat dexterity. Because your monster sheet does not have skills listed, and you don't have a particular skill in like hand stuff. So flat dexterity, a 9. You find the mechanism, and you're like rummaging around inside of it, like click 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 click, and you're like you think you found it, but it's gonna take you a little bit longer to get it to open. And you're like, and you continue going. But for the rest of this round, if you want to continue, you can keep going, but that will be your turn.
I shall continue my task.
Sweet. All right, Ophelia, you're up.
So as far as I can tell, the door is still like this prison door hasn't changed. Yes.
Sorry, I got about half of what you said.
So she didn't manage to get through the door, so as far as I can tell, that door in the middle is still exactly the same, correct?
This door that's here is still closed, that's correct. The tiny dragon that's moved over to it is invisible.
It's invisible, so yeah, as far as I can tell, nothing has changed.
Nothing is happening, yeah.
Wonderful. Getting very annoyed with this. So I'm going to threateningly point at it again, and now actually mentally quote unquote command it, go back home.
Roll me either intimidation or persuasion, whichever one's higher.
They're the same!
Roll me an intimidate. Okay. Alright, and... Fuck, alright. No. So as with an opposed save, you fucking point at it and you're like, go to your room! And the monster, very confused, kind of like, meh, and like trudges its way down the hallway this way. And if you were watching at Sices, you see it sort of move past the body of the creature there and disappear behind a door that was on the other side.
And I'm gonna hop off the table and go with my little boy and see if he's okay.
Yeah, other than being sort of like thrown against the table, he didn't really take a huge amount of damage from it because he's very smush, and seems to be okay.
Okay, so I cuddle him, and I tuck him back behind my hair tentacles, and I'm gonna just be happy, and I gotta move him over here, stop getting rid of him.
Okay.
So is it? So is the fight is over then? The maw beast is gone.
Yeah, like you from behind the door, heard a little bit of commotion, and then, well, because you were speaking telepathically, Ophelia.
Yeah.
Nothing was heard by other people, but you just heard the monster kind of go, "Mrrr," and then, like, trudge down the hallway, and appears to be gone.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you do me another roll, Sunflower, Daisy, sorry, to tell me how you're doing on the door here. Give me another dexterity roll.
Oh, Duke.
For the time being, then I'm going to just be perceiving through her senses so I can get a beat on what's going on.
Yeah. Looking through her senses, oh, nice, 22. That's fucking awesome. Perceiving through her senses, you can see she's just unlocked the door, and as she's looking over while she's doing that, she's sort of been, like, I guess, I would imagine you're keeping an eye on what's happening in the room while you're doing this.
As
Daisy?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So as it unlocks, I'm going to pop out of the room and say and just like yell, "Back, foul beasts!" And I'm going to cast silent image, and I'm just going to make a wall, like a illusory wall of fire between the mind flayer and me, and Daisy.
Okay.
So like right here.
Whereabouts? Right about that? Right
And
about
then-
there? Okay.
Yeah, and then,
So
and
there's
then a
like a
moment
little bit of
later,
wall of fire here.
only a moment later, will I have the opportunity to do this, to cast minor image and actually make the sound of fire. So there's a little bit of a delay between the actual fire appearing and the sound of fire appearing, but it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Ophelia,
And
roll
then
me
I'm
an
just gonna
Arcana
yell
check.
into-
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm like. I'm gonna.
yeah, roll Arcana. Yeah, you know what's up. Like, he was like, "Back, foul beast," and like, whoa, and like fire came up, and then you hear like a second later, like, as he casts another spell, and now it has sound. But you're like not feeling any heat
There's
from it.
lag. There's just lag on the feed. It's fine.
It's just lag. There's lag on the spell. Fire has lag. Shut up.
So I'm not so good at magic yet. It's fine.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, to those who are familiar with Ophelia, you know she's normally kind of shy and kind of like doesn't really speak up around people. She's in her old house, so girl's gonna be like, and I'm gonna stand in this quote-unquote wall of fire and just stare down at this goblin and just be like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh no! You're gonna burn
Wait a second. While surrounded in this fake wall of flame, so she looks terrifying as fuck.
Cool. Roll me an intimidate. Because you're being very scary. Cool. God damn it.
So I'm going to.
You see this
gonna
fucking mind
stay-
flayer walk through the fire, and it's standing very menacingly there, and you hear inside your mind, she goes, "What are you doing here?"
Okay,
Actually,
so
no,
I'm just
I
going to
said
shriek
that out loud.
every.
Okay.
Out loud. You said it out loud. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shriek every fae for themselves, and I'm gone. So I'm going through the door.
Alright, which you go through there? Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You close the door, and as you
No,
round the
I'll leave it
corner-
open because I want Daisy to follow me. So I'll leave the door open.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna open that door for you. Let me just quickly get to that, and we'll open it, and we'll put it like right there. And that's a little bit big. It's not supposed to be quite so large. There we go. There we go. So there's the door. And you
So
just
the
scream
prison
every
cell door is
thing
open.
for themselves and run through, leaving these confused people behind. Daisy, you've unlocked the door and you're kind of attached to the door, invisible. Do you do anything?
Well, I'd like to. I'm attached to the door.
Well, yeah, you're kind of like hanging on the handle as you were sort of like picking the lock and stuff, and now that that's open, you're still sort of like there.
Okay,
What are
I
you
would
up
like to disentangle myself from said door,
Mhm.
and I will also scream, and I will fly away very quickly, even though I'm invisible. I've forgotten I'm invisible, and I will fly away and follow.
Okay, cool. So
I just scream. Ah!
you hear a
And
tiny
I
peep
say,
from
I say
here.
nope, and I nope all the way out the door.
So you do hear this. Something invisible does run away from you through the hallway, Ophelia, and so the two of you are left standing there in non-threatening fire in the hallway.
And I'm just like, what is going on? Sices, is there another ghost in here that you can tell?
The mind flayer and the ghost are just like, what are they? What's going on? What are they so scared for?
Yeah, Cyace's like, while all this is happening, she like kind of pokes her head, like her whole head through the fire, like, what is this? What is... Oh, how
Face
how
of a dead
peculiar.
woman comes through the fire. Just, "Ah!" Like,
It was just like, was there another ghost in here? Can you tell if there's more of your kind? Like, what was that noise?
do I sense do I sense any other ghosts?
you don't sense any other presences like yourself, no.
No, I think I'm the only one.
So she just kind of shrugs it off and goes and tests this door in the middle of the room.
It's open.
And opens it.
Yeah, so you, crack that baby open. And there is a small stairwell that leads up, and inside that stairwell, you see there are two beds, some boxes off to one side, and a she, which is like a fake creature, a woman standing up at the top.
So because it's going up and I can't see up, I'm gonna send a little boy.
So, just to catch you up on what the fuck is going on here, Katsiana, you hear from outside there's some commotion, and then there's something that leaves, and then you hear, what are you doing here? And then, every fae for themselves! Ah! And then, like a, nope, and then the door opens, and up the stairs, you see a little octopus enters the room. It is a cute little teal octopus, and it's got big googly eyes, and it's quite moist, and it looks up at you.
And it's just kind of sitting there and just literally staring at you. Not doing much.
I raise an eyebrow at it quizzically and ask, hello?
And then
It walks
okay.
over,
Okay.
as you go, hello, it goes, and then like sort of slops over and wraps one of its tentacles around your shoe and rests its head on the front of your shoe in sort of a hug.
Right, is there any chance, I mean, I've seen a familiar before, I myself have a familiar, is there any chance I can tell that this might in fact be a familiar and not just some weird little octopus that doesn't really need...
Yeah, roll me Arcana. Oh yeah, you definitely
yeah.
tell by looking at it, that's absolutely another wizard's familiar.
Alright then.
So Seth kind of wrapped around your shoe. If an octopus could tilt its head quizzically, it does that, and then
Yeah.
just kind of takes another tentacle and reaches it up as if to like try and shake hands.
So yeah, you see it extend one of its tentacles up at you, and it like crooks the end of the tentacle in a like "how do you do" kind of send of fashion. What do you do, Andrew?
I reach out a finger and sort of like E.T. phones home the end of the tentacle there, but more importantly, I make face contact with its giant squiggly eyes and say, "Hello. Not, um, I'm not dangerous." I'm assuming that I'm talking to a wizard or something.
So
Yeah.
as she kind of says that, so Seth kind of like wraps his tentacle just around the finger, but like it's a pretty good grip. And as she's like bending down trying to hold his tentacle, just kind of like starts pulling her to the stairs.
Yeah. Now remember, as it is a familiar, you can give it commands, but its actions are still under the control of the DM. As anybody who's watching Adventure Zone, there's a lot of shenanigans that come out of that. But as well as the Daisy is also a familiar character, but is being played by somebody, which is why Daisy's character at present is not under my direct control. And in the event that Star's not able to come and play Daisy, I will be taking over Daisy's actions. But
at the moment, I'm actually using my familiar senses. And
oh yeah, like you can speak with it telepathically, and you can see through its eyes, and you can tell it to do stuff. But it, I'm gonna say largely, yeah. As the master's actually, you can see through the familiar at the start of the next turn. The master is deaf and blind to their own senses during that time. Yeah. So like you can see what it's doing, and you're like, go investigate, and it's gone up and made friends with the she, and now it's wrapped one of its tentacles around its finger, and just gives you like a little shake, a little hello, and then it turns around and starts like walking out of the room, sort of pulling you along as it moves along this way. What do you do, Andrea?
I stand up. I smooth my garments so as to be more presentable when I run into ostensibly not octopus. I mean, I don't think I'm going to see more octopus at this point. I will soon be proven wrong,
You're gonna
and
laugh.
I follow the octopus.
So about that.
It's a funny thing. Listen,
Funny
you're
you
gonna
should
laugh. So you as you sort of make your way along to the top of the stairs, you look down and you see a spirit that is standing there next to a very young mind flayer. And down at your feet, Seth is like gesturing for you to come along and points to Ophelia and sort of trudges back down the stairs as it sort of like slinky rolls its way down, and then flops and climbs back up inside of her hood.
I told you to run.
Is there like a disembodied voice? Is that what's going on?
You hear from
It's
the
just a voice
hallway
in your
around the
head.
corner, I said run!
feet away.
Yeah, so, what do you guys do?
Andrea, yeah, what's your reaction to seeing a banshee and a mind flayer at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to outmuscle them, I don't think, so I might as well go for... smile and walk up.
Ambassador Seth has done his job. Yeah, so you head down the stairs, I imagine. And yeah, what do you guys say?
So Ophelia kind of just squints her eyes just a little bit, just warily. Why are you in my... No, not the words. Why are you down here?
I wish I could answer that entirely. However, it wasn't by choice. I awoke.
Are you in his service?
I don't know he of whom you speak.
And I just kind of like, and then take about like a half step back to kind of be a little less intimidating.
Of course. So yeah, you take your step back.
So Sizes kind of like pipes up ever so slightly, and she like kind of like raises a hand hello, kind of meekly, like, hail and well met. I am Cyaces. And your name is?
Well met indeed. I presume I have you three, I suppose. I glance over at the octopus to thank for my newfound freedom. My name is Katsiana.
And Andrea, could you describe what Katsiana looks like for the folks at home that don't know what a she is?
Very tall, very slender, almost like taking all of the features you would normally associate with an elf, but making them even more exaggerated. So the pointy ears, the long flowy hair, all of that business.
What color is the hair?
Pale blue.
Fun.
Okay, good. Not blonde.
I was just remembering a post I saw earlier today on Facebook that says, like, the great big huge elf ears are like the big
saw
titties
that
of the
post.
elf community. And I was like, she got them big titty elf ears. Like,
They're the biggest.
And Ophelia just kind of goes to kind of extend her hand and then looks at her webbed fingers and then just kind of like tucks her hands back in her sleeves, like very like monk-like, and just like, I'm Ophelia. Are you perhaps part of the Empire?
I do not believe I'm a part of any empire that would be around here.
With that, Ophelia's shoulders kind of relax. And she's like, I don't know how you ended up here. It is very dangerous down here. I actually don't know everything that is further down in the depths.
Well, perhaps I should consider myself fortunate then I was resting in this chamber awaiting my rest.
Well, perhaps not too fortunate. If they kept you in here, it might have been lunch later.
yeah, you know what? Roll me a wisdom. Just like a flat wisdom.
Who?
You.
Okay.
I'm gonna open that image in a new tab, and I'm gonna send that to like this. There you go.
Whoop. Well, that's not.
For the folks in the chat, that's kind of what a she looks like. Wisdom 6. Like, the room that she was in was at one point a bedroom, but like, I don't know. Like, it seems strange that it had a lock. It didn't have a lock on it before. That's for sure.
It's also been like 14 years since she was in here.
Yeah. It has been a long time. All right. So you guys find yourselves looking at each other. You guys around the corner, you've been hearing all of this.
Oh no, I didn't slow down. So when I yelled at every fae for themselves, I went right for that door. And,
oh, you went for that door?
Just open it because I'm getting the hell out of here, and I have no idea which way is out, so I'm going that way.
Oh, cool.
No.
So you rounded that corner, and you ran through, and you just like absolutely yanked that door open. And let me just get that out of your way for you there. Yeah. We're just gonna put it there, and then I'm gonna open this room up for you. So here's this room. Boop. We're gonna go boop. Just like that. There's some doors there. And of course, in the middle of the room, there is a mind flayer standing at a large mirrored altar in the middle of the room, and you tap, run up those stairs and open the door and screech to a stop as the large mind flayer slowly turns to face you, and it's just like, "You're not supposed to be out of the pantry."
Lunch.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna say to him, "There's no door here," and I'm gonna just make a wall. Like I'm just gonna finish this wall. I'm just gonna put him in an image of a wall,
illusion?
right? Yeah, just put an illusion of a wall, and I'm gonna turn
Like
around
right
and
across
run the
here?
other way. That's right. Yeah, just finish that wall. Like there was never a wall here, and I'm gonna turn around and run the other way.
There's no door here. All right, no, start doing it.
There was never a door.
I want you to roll deception with disadvantage.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh no.
That's fair. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, you know,
Ben, you're gonna get us all killed.
I did the best I could.
So you go, there was never a door here! Wazah! And you cast another spell, and a wall springs into existence between the two of you. And very briefly from the other side, you hear him go, "What?" You have a few seconds to act. What do you do?
Alright, so I'm going to...
Oh, it's off the edge of the screen. I apologize, everybody. I'm gonna... There you go.
Alright, so I'm coming back around the corner, and I'm just gonna hide sort of
Like, are you gonna hide
right there like that, and I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna hide, like I'm just gonna, roll to hide, and if he comes around the corner, I'm gonna, I don't know, throw a rock at him.
Hide behind what?
He's hiding
Like
in a
hide around the corner.
Yeah, he's around the corner.
And peek,
Roll
and
me
peek gently.
stealth. Roll me stealth. Okay, so 14. You like sneak around that corner. You're out of view. You're absolutely you're hidden at this point, unless he comes around the corner. But yeah, you at present are in a bit of a rock and a hard place. The rest of you who are in the main room hear a door open down the hallway, and an exchange of words that you hear some sort of murmuring, like some distant speaking, and then "there was never a door here," whoosh, and then tap 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 tap, like you're running back the other direction. What do you guys do?
Fuck. What did that morsel go and get himself into?
Morsel.
So I kind of
No.
What? We've had a room full of sex.
All right.
We've had a
I'm
room full of
so
sex
sorry.
with goblins earlier.
Okay, so you
So we
round the
just come
corner.
over around the corner, and I just glare at him.
Roll me perception with advantage.
Okay. Because also
he
he
is
hasn't
in
paid
plain
attention.
sight.
He also hasn't paid attention to our discussions earlier.
That's okay.
Sorry,
He's a
perception?
goblin. It's fine. Yeah, perception with advantage.
17.
Yeah, you see him. He's right there. He's
Yeah.
smooshed against the wall on this side, sort of right here. He's sort of smushed up against that wall, and he is
Okay.
at present. Making an attempt at hiding.
So I'm going to glare at him, just
No.
what the fuck did you do?
No.
No, okay, I have no choice here. If you keep intimidating me, I throw a rock, and I have to. It's my only, and I throw a rock, and then,
Okay.
I don't know, I'm stuck between two mind flares.
Yeah. Oh god. All right. Yeah. Roll. We'll do intimidate, and then we'll do. Does a 10 hit you?
You know how he said Ty goes to his defender? She just kind of leans to the side and flies over her shoulder, and
Yeah.
she's just
In your
what are
panic,
you doing?
In your panic, you
I'm
throw it.
throwing a rock! I'm throwing a rock at an evil monster! Ah!
Cool. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my.
Everybody roll initiative now. Hold on. Let me clear the previous initiative order.
Okay.
All right. Daisy, could you roll that one more time for me? Sorry.
cheese.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put
Ooh,
this.
15. I like that.
All right. Oh God.
Just like, what is this
Plus.
stupid goblin doing? Oh no, my little
Oh, little
Little
boy.
little boy's slow.
There we go, because he got 9. Cool. Bop. And then... Oh, Andrea, if you would click on your character on the map, and then click on Initiative on your character sheet. There you go. Alright, so, Cassiana, you're on there, Steph's on there, Nakaro, Ophelia, Daisy, could you roll me Initiative one more... Oh, yeah, click on your icon, and then hit it. I can add it in manually. There we go. Okay, cool. I will let you keep that 14. I'll just make that adjustment. There we go. Cool. Alright. That's everybody. So we're gonna go descending order.
Yay!
Starting with Daisy. Let's move this sort of over here so that people can kind of see what's going on more or less. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. And I'm gonna move the turn order thing right there. Bam. All right. All right. Well, let's see. To be fair, 97% of the chaos from Team B is from Piff. So they're local goblins. So yes.
Well, yeah, because what they said earlier up in the chat, Rainer was like, note to self, don't let Ophelia near Piff.
All right. So, Daisy, you're up. What do you do?
Wait, isn't Knocker
Yeah.
first on initiative?
Because you actually have to knock them through initiative,
Oops,
otherwise it's
sorry,
not-
my bad. I did not see that correctly. Knocker, you are up first.
Okay, so I'm to understand that that Ophelia is like a smaller mind flayer. Like, is she visibly smaller?
She is visibly an adolescent. I would say. Do you have like knowledge in monsters of any kind?
I do not. I mean, no, I don't.
It's so. Do you mind if I try and describe? Because most people on the surface don't have a lot of familiarity with mind flayers, other than kind of like children's nightmare stories.
Mm-hmm.
But her face is a little bit rounder. Her tentacles maybe aren't quite as long, and definitely not as long as the guy in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she like basically if you took an actual like teenager, but just made them the purple tentacles.
Yeah. Roll me insight. Knocker.
Knocker. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so with a 15, which is quite good. With a 15 in insight, you like after you threw the rock, you're kind of recalling that like every time that she's called out to you, she's done so in a way that's not like immediately threatening. Like she was intimidating for sure, but she wasn't like trying to kill you. Everything that she's been doing so far is just asking you what you're doing here. And it is terrifying, but has not yet been immediately trying to take your life. You can also see that she does appear to be a bit shorter, a bit slimmer than the Mind Flayer that you have seen in the woods, which turns out was the guy in the other room that you saw at the table. He was the dude who was present when you were kidnapped. His tentacles are a lot longer. His skin is a lot more gnarled. He's got like grubbly, gnarly, sort of clawish fingers and knuckles. But yeah, he does appear to like you. Looking between the two of them, you can definitely tell that she is like a smaller, younger version of their species.
Okay, so he was the Nope Beast, and she is daughter of Nope Beast. I'm still threatened.
Bride
She
of
hasn't
Nope
attacked
Beast.
me yet.
Don't you dare!
So I'm going to take the lesser of two evils. It seems to me like and I haven't even seen the Banshee yet, so I'm not even sure what Naka's going to do. when
That's
he
right.
sees
That's
that.
right. He hasn't
But-
seen the Banshee yet.
he hasn't
Oh
seen the
my
Banshee.
god.
All right, so I'm going into this room. Then I'm going to take the disengage action this action, and I'm going to take the dash action as my action, and I'm going to run around the corner and away. But I don't know where anything else is, and the only thing I know that's safe is in the room with the other person that ostensibly didn't attack me immediately. So I'm going to go and hide behind.
All right, so where do you go? Like, where are you trying to get to? Where's your objective? About there?
So with a dash, that can get me there. So as I go by the she, I'm just going to be like, no, there's more of them. There's more of them. We have to hide.
Well, you round
you
the
also
door.
see
You see the mind flayer that's standing in front of you. Ophelia doesn't take a swing at you, and as you round the door, there's a full-ass banshee standing in the hallway, who seems to give you perhaps an inquisitive look, confused, and you run past the she, your friend, who's just standing there, like, the door's open to the room, and you just run past her.
Yeah, so I just fully run past, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. There's ghosts and there's monsters. We're screwed. We're screwed.
And I just watch this, like, this thing just run past me. I'm like, what the fuck is he?
What the fuck is happening? Alright, cool, so Knocker, that's your turn. Ophelia, what do you do?
God. Okay. Hate to do this to my little boy. I'm gonna take him and pitch him at the corner and look through his eyes and be like, what the fuck's around that corner?
So you throw him to here?
Yup.
Alright, so you like take him and you like underhand toss him, I imagine, like gently throw him in that direction, and he like sticks to the wall on the other side, and like his googly eyes kind of look around, and it's extremely puzzling because there's an open door like here, and then a wall immediately following it. So it's a door that opens up into what appears to be like a very small closet, and you don't remember that being the layout of this building at all.
No.
Like this.
No, like that's not supposed to be there. Like I don't remember what's there, but there's no closet there. There's no the dining room does not go onto a bedroom and then just a closet.
Yeah, like that's different. That's not right. So
question, Daisy, are you still invisible?
Daisy.
Yes, I am still invisible.
Cool, that's all I wanted to know, thank you.
So you see a tiny octopus stick to a wall there and start looking around with its big adorable eyes.
Super cute.
So, I'm actually just gonna instruct him to just kind of like hop over. Well, no, I'll do that on his turn. Never mind. If he's still alive, my poor baby boy. I'm gonna prep an action.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my main action. I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. What is the action you're holding, and what is the trigger?
I'm prepping a spell.
Okay. And when will you cast it?
When something threatening comes around the corner.
Okay. So then, yeah, you hold your action. All right, Daisy, what are you up to?
So before Knocker threw up that wall, did I get a look at what was going on in the other room?
Oh yeah, you absolutely saw that was the mind flayer that was accompanying the larger, sort of deadlier creature that rendered you unconscious.
Okay. And it was looking in a mirror, you said?
Yeah, there's like a large table that is a mirror. Like a
Trying to
mirrored
decide
altar.
between being afraid or wanting to go touch it. I think I'm gonna go touch it.
Okay. Good lord.
So I'm going to just sort of, I'm gonna try and be quiet because obviously I don't want the note beast to get me.
Yeah. Do a stealth
but,
check with advantage.
Okay.
Stealth check with advantage. Oh wait, yeah, and you don't have fucking skills in your sheet because it's a monster sheet.
That's okay. I have stealth.
Stealth is just dexterity based, isn't it? And you have +7 to stealth. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So yeah, fucking 16. You with advantage is 27 because you're invisible. So where do you put yourself? You can fly up to 60 feet very quietly.
Oh, great. I'm gonna try to get a. Can I get to the mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and sort of go over to the side. Whoops.
Whoops. There you go.
There we go.
So yeah,
I'm going to
you.
passive aggressively remind you every time you do something stupid that it costs me 10 gold to bring you back every time. Just remember that. You just remember that.
So you phase harmlessly through the magical wall that your companion erected, and you fly over to the table, and it's this large mirrored table, and on top of the table you see an assortment of very large, very well-cut gems. As the mind flayer has like turned and his attention is definitely on the wall and is starting to make his way in that direction. But yeah, you see an assortment of large, very well-cut gems, but as you land on this large mirrored altar, you are filled with a sense of dread. And do me a perception. Roll me, I guess that's wisdom? Perception is wisdom based?
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a wisdom roll.
Oof.
6. Okay. So you see the glint and gleam of these gems, absolutely so beautiful as they're sitting on the table, sort of gleaming in front of you. And as you are you landing on the corner of the table right there?
Yeah, I'll land on the corner.
Yeah. So as you're sort of like sitting on the table, looking at these beautiful gems that are there, one of your eyes sort of trails down, and you're looking down through what was just a second ago a mirror, but now appears to be a window. And looking down, you see just a huge gaping cavern on the other side of this window, which doesn't seem to make any sense as it opens up in all directions, not at all like a window straight down from this altar. It appears to be looking into another space. And on the other side, you just see writhing flesh, perhaps a large tentacle, and of course a large series of eyes as they sort of move and flow along the large sort of flesh, just I don't want to say tapestry. What's the word I'm looking for? Geography that's on the other side of this mirror. One of the large eyes, you could swear, looks straight at you.
Oh boy. I'm gonna take the gems.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with your tiny hands.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'm gonna take them.
Okay. You can hold one gem.
I'm gonna. Can I? What happens if I put them in my mouth?
Oh my god.
You can fit one of these gems in your mouth,
Okay.
and one of them in your front claws.
Okay.
But
gems.
that is about. So you kind of come along and you pick up one of the gems and you stick it in your mouth, like, and it's a large emerald, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and you're just like, wow, and you stick it in your mouth, and you put your hands around like a really nice topaz that's right next to it, that's almost got sort of an orangish color, the same as you, but as your claws close around the sides of it, you hear sort of permeating almost through your entire body from the mirror, you hear a voice.
What do you think you're doing, little one?
I can't talk because I have a gem in my mouth.
And that's your turn. We'll get back to you. All right.
Isn't that the king's voice?
No, that is not the voice of the king. That is the voice of the entity you guys were speaking through, the large blood thing in the main church area.
It's been so long.
It has been a while. The flare, 5, 10, 15, 20, walks up to the wall and pushes a hand through it. with his investigation check, and that was his action. From the other side of the wall, Seth sees the claw of one of these mind flayers with its robes sort of just reach through the wall and paw around a little bit before its face sort of like leans through the wall after that.
Poor baby is so scared.
Katsiana, what are you up to?
You're right. It appears to be the goblin definitely just ran back from something that he said was a bigger note beast.
Yeah. You're just like,
I don't think I want to go
and you
where
ran
he
it back to the
was.
room.
Now we live here now.
But the smaller note beast, I think, is what let me out. So I think I'm gonna go stand sorta next to her.
Okay. Move yourself on the map to where you want to be. Okay, cool. So
I
that's
think
a
I'm
move
right about
action.
there, so it's a move. And since it sounds like there might be trouble coming from the hallway, I am going to ready an offensive spell for if and when I see something, coming within range at the end of that hall.
Okay.
Question. Do I see her kind of like gathering energy in her hands?
Yeah, you see her come out, and then she takes, like, eyeing the doorway, takes a similar stance to you, in that, like, she starts to prepare a spell.
So Ophelia just kind of looks and just kind of nods. It's just like, nice. Good.
Nice.
We'll just nod back and forth at each other in approval.
Like,
Yeah, cool. We are like the two most completely opposite visual things standing next to each other. It's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Nice.
Well, I left a little space because, still not 100% sure.
Yeah,
I haven't attacked yet. It's been friendly so far.
Yeah. All right, cool. And Sices, what are you up to?
I am similarly to last time, kind of taking stock of what is happening here. Because there's a whole lot going on all at the same time. So, Sices is gonna kind of like move up to here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna kind of take a hold action and wait until something shakes out.
Okay. So you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna, like, hold an attack action?
Yeah.
Of some kind? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Normally when, like, so the way that holding an action used to work in 3.5 was, and in 4th edition I believe as well, was if you were to hold an action, then you would remove yourself from initiative and then pop back in whenever the thing happened that you wanted to trigger. In 5th edition, you just say, I'm gonna hold my action, and then you describe what you're doing. So, like, I'm gonna cast a spell at anything threatening that comes around the corner. So if an enemy rounds the corner, I'm going to attack a spell.
That's kind of where I'm at, yeah.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't move you from initiative, but it does sort of set you as a living trap. So when a person rounds the corner, then you get your attack action that you've been holding, and then you're just where you were in initiative going forward from there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so then, yeah, you prepare a hostile sort of spell or attack action. It's Seth's turn. Do you give Seth any orders other than just to hang out there?
No, I give an order. So, he's kind of keeping an eye out for me,
Yeah.
and he sees that, and his eyes just kind of go wide. He's like, oh no. So he's currently over here. I'm going to tell him to just go over here and squish up against the wall, and then kind of like keep his eye stalks of like to keep an eye around the corner, but from somewhere that's a little more safe.
Oh man, I'm totally gonna see if he can do it. Hold on.
What?
I'm gonna get his what does he got? Stealth? What is he? Yeah, he got it. That was amazing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he absolutely, like, like swoops over to that side, sort of like scoops up the wall a little bit, and then like presses himself really flat in the way that octopi absolutely can camouflage themselves in the wild. So it like the outer skin on it like turns sort of rigid. It takes a very gray. It matches a lot of the color of the stone around it and blends into the wall. And one of its eyes kind of pokes around the corner.
My little boy's rolling so well today.
All right. Knocker, what are you up to?
Okay.
You watched your friend in the hallway leave.
Okay. Well. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll sneak down there to take a look at.
Okay.
So I'll snooch up to this corner here and just kind of like I'll take the hide action as a bonus action.
Sure. Yeah.
And then just peek around the corner and like watch what's happening.
Yeah. Roll me some stealth, my boy. Yeah. All right. So yeah, with a 13, you absolutely like slide up to that wall and you peek out, and you see this one person here readying a spell to throw down the hallway, and you see your friend Katsiana doing the same thing. Well, I mean, I say friend, but it's like you are definitely a friend of the Fey realms, and when you came to, I mean, that's a she that you're sitting in front of. Like that is definitely not a lesser Fey. So you can take that however you want, but, like, she was in the room with you, and you guys had a little bit of conversation before you attempted an escape, and all these shenanigans broke loose.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna hold myself up against the corner, and I'm gonna try to defend the she as much as I can. So I'm gonna pull up my crossbow, and I'm just gonna ready that if anything attacks the she, who I haven't officially met yet, then I will shoot it with my crossbow. Meanwhile, I'm just going to, in my mind, I've just sort of been whispering in my mind back and forth to Daisy, just like, what are you doing?
What's going on?
I cannot respond. Oh wait, yes I can.
Yeah, you could respond as a free action. I'm going to say I need you to do me a will save to do that. For
Okay.
reasons which
What's
will
that
become
Like a wisdom
obvious
save.
in just a second. Okay. You hear through your link with your master. You hear that, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Through your connection. It takes you effort to respond, an effort that you have not experienced before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there appears to be interference.
All right. I'm gonna just look down at the little window and see if that eye is still looking at me.
Well, I can only give you a response because he's talking to you. So you guys, we gotta wait for your turn. I'm sorry.
Like, just eating some tasty gems.
All right, you do you.
Eating these tasty gems.
You let me know when you need a recall. You do you.
Cool.
Okie doke.
So basically, in the dining room, we just have a bunch of like people set up as dominoes, all going off right now. Fuck.
No, like you have visual confirmation down the hallway, Ophelia. As Knocker, that was your turn, right? Like that was everything for you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, Ophelia, looking down the hallway, like you definitely have like better visual confirmation than the other two. But they are still also like getting ready for, like, you will attack when something reaches here. They more or less will attack when something reaches here. So there's a bit of a delay there, but do you continue to hold your action and get ready?
This is so hard. Shit. So what's kind of going through her head right now? She has visual confirmation that there's a clawed hand.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me, the elderly mind flayer we had the discussion with in the previous chamber, some like 6 months ago. Did we kill him or did he get away? I think we killed him.
You definitely killed him. You guys
Okay.
had some words with him, and then you put him down.
Yeah, cool. But I would recognize that claw as obviously a mind flayer hand.
Yeah.
So she's just like, fuck, there's another one around the corner. She doesn't want to go around the corner. Like, I can't go around the corner because then he'll just gotta back off on me and still not really that strong. So, but if I stay here, I can't really do anything. Seth can't really do anything. And it's just like, there's obviously, like, he's gonna come down this way because he saw stupid goblin turn around and run the other way. There's only one way down this hallway, so he's gonna come through here. Fuck!
Shit.
So as she's kind of running through all of this in her head, her tentacles are like nervously like flicking back and forth, so the lady standing beside her can tell that she's getting agitated.
She nervous.
She nervous. So how does new friend react to a nervous mind flayer? Andrea?
Andrew?
Oh, sorry, I missed part of that.
That's okay.
So you have a mind flayer standing next to you, getting visibly anxious, and her face tentacles are kind of like twitching back and forth, but she hasn't said anything yet. How do you react?
I mean, she's still just looking at the hallway, right? Preparing a spell, like I am.
Yes.
I'm presuming she's just anxiously awaiting the thing that's coming out of the hallway. And I double down on staring at that opening and channeling my spell.
Awesome. And
so
Ophelia, you continue to hold your action, getting ready to attack.
I'm basically I'm gonna prep another spell. I actually no, she's gonna do since it's my turn now, and I can then still prep another action. I'm gonna walk around and put the table between me and the door, and just kind of like say out loud, "There's a stronger creature coming. You may want to get some distance from that door." And then I'm going to hold another spell again until I get confirmation that he comes down to this corner.
Okay. All right. So then, you hang on, and really quickly before we get to Daisy's turn, one more time, I just want to first off, I want to thank everybody who's bought a ticket so far for the raffle, and I just want to say that, of course, it's five of your sweet dollars, 5 things, if you want to get into the raffle for tonight, which we will be announcing at the end of the stream, which is for Torchlight 2, a very fun sort of dungeon crawly adventure game. All right. So Daisy. As the Mind Flayer moves away, and you have this one large emerald in your mouth, and you're holding onto this other topaz, this entity speaks at you from the other side of this mirrored altar. Can you give me a wisdom save?
I can indeed. There you go.
Okay, so almost at once, a lot of the eyes from the other side of that mirror snap and look at you. And you don't hear any sound, but you get the feeling of it's like standing in front of a big speaker at a concert. Like, there is just that, like, permeating through your body, this, like, rushing sort of vibration, this intensity of energy, as this entity sort of puts its eyes on you.
Ah!
And then it sort of, as it speaks to you, you hear it coming from inside of your mind as opposed to a sound coming through the mirror. And it says,
I can't believe I missed something so small in those woods. So interesting. What brings you here? What are you doing in my temple?
Can I speak to it in my mind, or do I have to take the gem out of my mouth?
You can try. I mean, you can try to telepathically communicate back to it.
Okay, I'll be like, I saw this shiny table. You just happened to be in it. Hello. You there?
Hello, little flower. So small, so delicate, but such promise. So much potential. Good to see you. Do you like these gems?
I do. They're very smooth. And thank you. I'm glad to know I have potential. It's you just have.
You see its tentacles sort of turn over, and like just the geography of flesh on the other side of the mirror that you see kind of moves and undulates as it communicates with you.
Smooth like your skin. I could make you better. I could make you bigger.
This is starting to get real, like,
Bigger.
It's getting real creepy.
like creepy AF. Boy, oh boy.
Well, what do you mean bigger?
Your mind is suddenly filled with images of chromatic dragons, huge, almost like house-sized red dragons, blue dragons, white dragons, black dragons. Just fills your mind. Their majesty, their power, their strength is like shown and impressed upon you.
You could be great. You could be beautiful.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. I don't know though. You seem a little snarly and
You seem kinda evil.
I think I'm just gonna go talk to my friend about it, and I'm just gonna talk to my friend about it over there.
Give me another wisdom save.
Okay. Did that work? Did that work? That did work.
There you go. It's a 6. You're like, I need to go talk to my friend about this, and you turn to leave, and your body freezes, and you hear from inside the mirror,
Shh. I'm here to help.
and that's your turn. We will get over to the Flayer, as he passes through the illusion and continues moving down the hallway. As he goes, was that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's it? Are you serious?
No, I'm not. That's not it. I'm sorry. I just quickly looked at the chat. It was like, I could give you everything you ever... Sorry, hold on.
I could give you everything you ever wanted. A home, friends, low rates on discount car insurance.
Chris Hansen, I call upon you!
It's fabulous.
So yeah, looking through sort of one of Steph's eyes, you see the being move around the corner, and then it rounds the corner as it attempts to continue moving. So yeah, from here is where you cast your spell.
Yep.
What spells do you cast?
Wonderful. We are going to go with a big boy. Chromatic orb.
Oh shit! Getting that big shit.
Hold on a sec. We're just gonna cast it at level. Okay, here's a question for chat. Level 1 or level 2?
Chat, what do you
Just,
think? Level 1 or level 2?
Level 1 or level 2?
We'll give you a minute. So you're doing chromatic orb?
Yep. 2. Esteban came in with 2.
There's a lot of 2s. Everybody's rushing 2. Someone said 3.
Yes, I don't
Blast
have
him.
3.
Busted up. Oh my god. So yeah, you let loose with that shit. And yeah, because that's a surprise, I'm gonna say you rolled that with advantage. I'll take the 24.
Perfect, so that's gonna be the 24.
Yep.
And so I am going to do, ignore the 14, I don't know why that's there. But it is going to be 7 fire damage.
D8, and then yeah, so 3d8. So it does 3d8 when you cast it at that level?
Why is it? Oh, never mind. Okay, so ignore that 7. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, so it is 3d8, so it's actually 14 fire damage.
So 14 fire. Yeah, so you, as it rounds the corner, skulking along, you just absolutely, like, boom, set off this fire spell, and it slams into him at the end of the hallway, and he just, and he, you know what, let's fucking... Does he continue moving? He does not. He gets fucking blasted against the back wall and goes like, and yeah, so that is your attack, that has gone off, and he loses the rest of his turn. Katsiana, you see the Mind Flayer who's at the table there with you just hurl a chromatic orb down the hallway, and then this like raucous explosion of fire from the end of the hall, and you hear someone go blah 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 blah. What do you do? So you don't
I
quite
can't
have line of
actually see
sight
what she's...
from where you are.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, I really wish I had scooched by the edge of that hallway before it got down there, but
If you
I'm gonna
get
follow
to
her
this
lead.
spot, if you move 5 feet over, you should have line of sight with it. Line of sight is basically if I can draw a line from one of your corners to one of its corners, then you have line of sight.
Well, it would seem that the smaller note beast seems to have line of sight on the big one, so if I go up where she is, that's ostensibly still good, so that's my plan.
Alright, so move where you want to get to. Heck yeah, so yeah, you like vault over the table to where she's standing, and what do you do? You cast a spell?
Ooh, I think I could eke out one more if I took a diagonal. Could I make it there if I take some diagonal move?
Let's have a look. From there... you would, if you did a ranged attack, it would be with disadvantage. It's pretty hard to see from there.
Doc, can I weigh in for just one?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Can I weigh in for 1 second? I just finished reading into my spell,
Mhm.
so it's actually supposed to be 21 damage, because that 7 is for casting it at spell slot 2.
Oh, well then there you go. So I will reduce that additional damage for you. There we go. Christ. That's a lot of fire. Like,
Yes, it was a lot of fire.
wow. All right.
All right. Well, can I pause mid-movement? So split my movement, move a little bit, cast, move.
Yeah, you could move to this location, cast, and then finish your movement and move to the next spot.
Perfect. So that's the plan. So yeah,
Right.
I'll cast from there before moving the last 5 feet, and it's just a. Ooh, I don't have a whole lot that'll work at that range right now. Frostbite, it looks like.
Light him up. Light this fucker up.
Get him!
Get him. Yeah, Justin, fuck him up. He writes his phone number down as 1-800-FART.
Yeah, that's right. He is a fart.
Ooh, earn.
Insane.
With 1 cold damage, I mean he's been hit at this point, so the surprise kind of fades out. But he's got to make a DC. What is that? Constitution.
Yep.
All right, let's try it. DC 12 or DC 14 Constitution. He does barely just make it at 14. And so the beam sort of like slams into him, but he's like, "Arr!" and he muscles through it with his staff and he scooch behind one of the large barrels. Barrels. All right, and
Barrels.
Siaces, you're up. Oh,
All right.
Wouldn't you like to know?
So our big O Note Beast friend is over here.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. I am going to float on over here on this side of the table next to my bud. And I am going to... I don't think I have line of sight, right?
Not from there,
that
no.
scene.
That's okay.
If you were
I'm going
one
to...
over, you would. If you were here, you could see him.
Okay, so I was... Where was I? I was here, or was I here?
You were at
I think
that
I was
spot.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could make it there.
Yeah, you can make it one spot over.
Excuse me.
Bless
oh boy.
you.
Okay. Do I want to do that and throw a spell at him? Maybe I do that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna take the one more spot right over here, and I am going to use Tasha's hideous cry.
Weeping.
Really, yeah. Uncontrollable bawling.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping it was gonna be vicious mockery again.
Bitch.
Just see what happens. He's like, ah.
No, we're.
And then just Ophelia's just next to her, like, hey, I look like that.
Hey, come on. Tasha's hit. So he's got to make a DC 13. What is that? Wisdom? Wisdom saving throw. DC 13.
Dang
does
it.
make it.
Oh, that was my last spell slot.
So you turn around and you make a big sad face, and it doesn't seem to affect him. He's
Rip.
hit with a big fireball a minute ago, and someone tried to shoot him with ice, and he's just not having it right now. So he is nettled.
What is with all you people? Fuck!
Fuck!
You come into my house!
Start stealing my food!
Oh, and then I'm just like, no. This was my house.
Raiding my pantry. Alright, so it's Seph's turn. Seph is still doing its best impression of Kronk, stuck to the wall, trying to hide. And it's just sitting there, like, fucking sunk into the wall, still at 20 stealth. I'm gonna see if what do you do for against stealth? It's a search. It's a wisdom base.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna stay stealth. It's fine.
Okay. So what do you command him to do?
Jump on his head and slide along to the back of his head, and then just.
So dude, you give him the command to grapple. Great. All right. No, this is fine because this guy is also not terribly strong. So this is immediately.
Jump on his...
All right. So roll. Do you want to roll his strength?
Yeah.
All right. Roll his strength.
No. It's called tentacle attack, and it grapples.
Well, I rolled an 8, so you succeed. You absolutely.
And he takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage. So Seph is wrapped around his face, grappling his face.
Fucking you get right on him. And you're just like bap, 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 on top of his head with his little tentacles, and he's just like he's just trying to flailing around, trying to get the fucking squid off himself.
I imagine the sound effect is like that sound of like the tiny little bongos being hit like.
It's like this on his on his head, and he's like
multiple tiny wet slaps.
Yes.
Just
help. All right, Knocker, you're up.
Okay. Well, everybody's attacking what I can only assume is the horrible monster around the corner. I guess I'm helping now. Everyone's my best friend. So, I'm gonna run, to there, very bravely. I should point out, it's very brave.
It is very brave, yeah.
Yeah. As a bonus action, I'm going to hex him, and as I run by, with tears streaming from my eyes, I'm going to fire at him with my cross.
Nice! Alright. like, ah! Runs by, fucking throws. Now Hex is a warlock ability.
Yeah, it's a warlock spell.
It is a warlock spell, and that is a level 1 spell that goes like so. Yeah, Hex, and it does.
Okay, that's not what I meant to do, but yeah,
That's okay.
Yeah, that's the description of it is that so I'm gonna hex his. Well, just because I'm mean, and this might be a little bit meta, but I'm gonna hex his intelligence just because I feel like that would make him annoyed.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a creature you can see. It is 1 bonus action you can use this. You place a curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit with a weapon. Sorry, I was reading that. There you go. I'm looking at your character sheet. I apologize.
Oh, I see.
That's okay. No, it's my like I'm rooting through your stuff. Choose 1 ability when you cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. So in this case, you chose Intelligence, which is totally fine. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to curse a new creature. Alright, so not only did your curse do 2 necrotic damage, but then you attack with your bow, and it does an additional d6.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it will be the d6 when and if I hit. So I got to hit with this.
Okay, yeah. So roll to shoot with your bow. Yeah, Tonberry, Seth is just baby.
Well, poo.
Fuck. It's an 8. You tears in your eyes fire wildly, and the shot looses from your bow and just twing against the wall behind him as he sort of like ducks as he's struggling with this octopus that's on his head. It's a very strange scene altogether. But you do get him with the hex. He does take those disadvantage when now casting from intelligence, which is any of his spells at this point.
So then I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of my movement to, oh boy, hide under.
You can hide under the table. Sweet. All right,
Yeah,
now you
just-
did already
just-
use
just
your bonus
under the table.
action, so you can't use your bonus action to hide.
Yeah,
But you
I'm
are
not actually
scooched under
sorry,
the
not
table.
hiding. I'm just. It's more like cowering. That's, I mean, bravely taking the option to. This is a withdrawal. It's a tactical withdrawal.
Tactical withdrawal. There you go. Got it. All right, Ophelia, it's your turn.
So kind of standing, I'm not moving from where I am. But just seeing him get kind of smashed with stuff and seeing my good little boy on his face. I'm just like, why do you insist to all come in to my house? We're gonna try this again. We're gonna toll the dead.
Oh shit.
DC 14.
DC 14.
DC 14?
Yeah, he's got a DC wisdom save. As this great gong sort of emits from where he's standing, and he goes, ah, and he racks around. He does not make it.
Perfect. Hold on one. So it's actually not 8 because that's if they're rolling a D8,
That's a
but
D8.
because he's already lost health, we're actually going to roll a D12.
It's 8 still.
It's still an 8.
So he takes 8 whole ass damage, and it's necrotic damage. So you see his flesh start to turn this like grosser, grayer color as he's like, "Argh," and he's sort of flailing around a bit, still trying to get this fucking octopus off his head.
And Ophelia is just going to drop behind the stone table.
All right, so you duck down, and I'm gonna say that gives you like half cover as your head's still poking out.
Cool.
All right, Daisy, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okie doke. Oh.
Okay, so as you're standing there, like the gem that was in your mouth has sort of fallen out and is lying on the table in front of you, and the one that was in your hands you've sort of loosened your grip on, and for a moment as this entity was speaking to you, you almost felt as if you were sliding or sinking through the mirror into whatever this realm is that's on the other side. But with a 16 you managed to just wrestle control of your faculties, like almost just barely, and
Okay.
you have control of your actions again for this turn.
Okay, great. I'm gonna just fly a little bit away from the table, like over here, maybe.
Yeah, you fly up from the table, and as you back away from it, it's kind of like, it's sort of like an illusion. The table is just a mirror.
Okay.
When you back away from it, and so you're looking at it, and it's a reflection of the room again. You're not seeing anything from the other side.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is summon my mage hand, and I would like to slide, like a cat paws thing off a table. I'd like to get all the gems off the table.
So, to those of you who aren't familiar with Sasself, I have 2 cats who greatly enjoy doing this and have done this 3 times at the coffee table I'm currently playing on while we've been playing.
This is fantastic.
Amazing.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you cast this mage hand, and as like using it, you sort of scoop and sweep the gems onto the floor, and they land sort of haphazardly. They clack and clackle across on the little steps off the altar onto the ground.
And does this change anything about the look of the mirror, or?
It doesn't seem to do anything. Like, it still just looks like a mirror.
Okay. Can I peek again?
Yeah, if you approach the mirror, the closer you get, it is like one of those magic eye pictures where, like, you're looking at it and it's a reflection, and you're not exactly sure when it turned back into a geography of pulsing flesh and moving tentacles and eyes all over the goddamn place, but it just sort of does very suddenly.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's nothing, it's crazy. And you what do you do when you sort of reach that threshold?
So I'm gonna back away again.
Okay, yeah, so you move close, you start seeing it changes, and you're like, and you back up.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna set myself to the task of eating the gems.
Okay. So you land on the ground, and I'm gonna say you have enough time to pick up that emerald grand and jam it in your mouth, and we're gonna move on.
Just stuff it in your face like a handful of gushers.
Oh, gushers! Oh, I wish I had gushers.
Skittles, taste the rainbow.
Taste
God
the
damn
rainbow.
it. I'm trying to cut sugar out of my diet. God, fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Fucking love gushers. Never got to eat those.
Dude, gushers.
That's gross anyway. Yeah.
Just a fistful of
No,
all
man,
that.
gushers are amazing.
Just take all the gushers out of the package all at once and jam them all in your mouth at the same time. Nom, 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 nom. So it's the Flayer's turn. It is going to do contested strength against the Civ. He's got to do a strength check.
Doing it. Actually, quick, looking at the details, it's actually either a it's actually, one sec, scroll sideways. Athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics or acrobatics.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got nothing in both of those, so I'm just gonna stick with my 10. It's a 5. He manages to wrestle Sev off of his head and sort of casts it aside, and then turns to the rest of you that are in the room, and looking at the sort of assortment of people that are in there. There's like a half a second where he pauses, confused, as he's staring at Ophelia.
The top of Ophelia's head.
Yeah, and he's just like, wait, what? And then points a finger at you and just says, traitor, and casts a ray of enfeeblement at you.
But with disadvantage, correct? Because I have half cover.
That is correct. It is a black beam of energy spinning from your teacher makes range spell attack. Okay, cool. So I have
half cover would be +2 AC, right?
Yeah.
Is it half covers?
So like when I click on that, does it not just use his fucking thing? What the fuck? Alright, cool. We'll just do it like... Well, yeah, no, and it is with disadvantage, so he does an 8 hit you?
No.
Yeah, so he lets off this gross-looking beam, and it, like, spins off to one side and hits the wall, and nothing happens. So then, yeah, Katiana, it is your go.
And I just discovered the frostbite isn't the only trick I have up my sleeve, so I'm going to fire a ray of frost.
You would be shooting with disadvantage from that position.
I will pop out to where I fired from before and then pop back in.
Okay, cool. Roll me a ray of frost. Click on it. Nice! Jesus, 22!
Nice.
Nicely done. And then if you click on the words Ray of Frost right there in the game chat, it will roll you damage, because 22 abso-fucking-lutely hits him. 6 cold! He takes a hit. And yeah, so you just let loose this beam of frost, and it just slams into him, and he fucking flails his arms back and forth a little bit to try and get his hands in the way of the beam a little bit as it happens, and it's not going. He's looking pretty worse for wear. Yeah, whoop, whoop. And yeah, is there anything else you want to do with your turn? Because you have a bonus action still.
Duck down lower behind the bear?
Okay.
No, that's it.
I mean, you could. That's up to you. But yeah, if you're done, then it is your turn, Saices.
Cool beans. Hey, Doc. Guess what I forgot that I had, which is because it's for some reason not on my sheet.
What?
Because I am a bard. I have
Is it the tunic?
bardic inspiration.
Oh.
Inspired.
Inspire. So that's a thing that I forgot that I had. It's not on my sheet. At least I can't see it on my sheet. But anyway, that's a thing. I'm gonna do a couple things. First, I want to use bardic inspiration on my very good friend Ophelia. I tell her how much I admire her and her bravery. I think she's great.
These guys, they ain't shit. You the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You own this place. Fuck these guys.
Oh my god. Okay. I know what I'm doing at the start of my next turn.
All right. And is that your turn?
No, I'm going to. I can see him.
You can absolutely see him.
I'm gonna do him a vicious self-deprecation.
Bitch!
You ain't shit!
You ain't shit!
Alright, so
Alright.
he's got to do a wisdom
It's gonna do that wisdom
saving
save.
throw.
Against the 13.
Dang it!
Ah. And you're like, you ain't shit, and he's just like, fuck you. Like,
It's like, oh.
fuck. And he just keeps being mad about shit. But you ain't shit.
You ain't shit though. Fuck.
And it's Seth's turn. Did you give him any commands? Did you want him to try and attack him again?
Yeah, but I want him to, trip up his feet. Attack his feet, try to trip him, but, beat on his feet.
Yeah, if you want him to go for the feet, that's another one. And that is still a DC 10 strength to avoid, I imagine.
Yes, but it's a
tentacle
16
attack.
It's a 16 to hit.
Oh, it's a
for
16
one
to
bludgeoning
hit.
damage.
Okay, so
Yeah, so
I
16
did read that wrong
Oh.
previously. The 16 to hit, that is his AC. Tie goes to the defender, so it does not connect.
Okay.
As it
But then
comes at him
also-
with a, he's just like, no, stop. He's like,
But then also, he gets to roll either an acrobatics or an athletics to figure out, with a DC 10, to figure out if he's then grappled. Both things.
I figured it was a grapple on a hit. So if you do succeed in hitting
So-
him, then he's grappled.
Oh. Hold on a second. No, that's not what I wanted. Nope, not the one I wanted. Sorry, this one.
That's okay. Grapple. Yeah, it takes them to grapple prey when a monster. Yeah,
Oh,
when
it
a
is with
monster
a
hits
hit.
with an attack. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't need to make an additional ability to determine the grapple. Blah blah blah. All right, so he does narrowly avoid the incredibly moist tentacles of Seth as he's sort of jabbing at his feet. Seth still has a move action.
Climb up his leg. Still distracting him. He's got a tiny octopus on his leg.
Okay.
Dude can only move 5 feet. Like, he can't go anywhere.
I'm gonna say like that would count as an additional grapple because you're attempting to scale an enemy creature.
Dex? A dex check?
Yeah, you know what? Give me a opposed dex check. Oh, no, it'd still be strength. It would still be strength because he's still trying to climb up him. That's a strength check. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Well, he rolled a fucking 1 on strength, so now Seth is attached to his leg. That's happening now. So there you go. It's not obstructing him yet, but he has managed to get there. He is now on his leg.
And our little boy finally rolled higher than a 0 on a strength check.
Yes, he did. He's going up against somebody who's not terribly strong himself. All right, Knocker, you're up.
Ben?
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Oop,
Yes.
that's
I
okay.
have to press the button. All right. So I think my new best friends on the other side of the table are actually like, they're not attacking me, and they are in fact attacking the creature that seems to have been the one that kidnapped me. So I'm like, all right, I think these guys are my new best friends, and things can change. I will take the hide. Yeah, I will take the hide as my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna sneak under the table and then just like shoot him in the knees. I don't know, maybe he has knees in his squiddy knees.
Yep. The knee area. Roll me stealth. I don't know if it's Joe. Jesus. Yeah, it's a 20.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, it was lagging a bit. So you absolutely got that, and he got a 10 to try and see you, and he didn't see you.
Okay.
So there you go.
So I will take that shot with advantage then, in his weird squiddy knee part.
Yeah, shoot. Get it. You hit.
Nice.
Yeah, so you absolutely let loose. And it hits him right in his squiddy knees. If you click on the word light crossbow underneath where your rolls showed up, there you go. Bam. 6 necrotic.
So
From the hex.
6 necrotic. Sorry.
That's okay.
How do I do the damage? Because I just shot again.
So
I
see
didn't
where it
do
says
the damage.
1213 in the chat? If you click the words
Yeah.
light crossbow that's just underneath it,
I see, I see.
if you click on that, then it'll roll the damage for you from your sheet.
It still didn't. All right, I'm just gonna do it.
There you
manually
go.
now.
8
Figure it out
piercing.
myself. All right, great. So 8
That's
and
okay.
6, great.
All right, so 8 and 6, you absolutely slam into him with this arrow, and it does like this corroding thing into his knee, and he's and he shrieks
That's right.
and wails around. He is in fucking terrible shape. He is haggard and frozen and burned, and he's got shot in the knee, and he's got a fucking octopus on him still. Things look bad. Ophelia, what's up?
Cool. So remind me what Bardic Inspiration does, because I think this is the first time we've actually had Bardic Inspiration. Our sweet Bard.
Cassie, what does that do?
Sorry, I was muted because I was
That's
drinking
okay.
tea. It gives you an additional 1d6 to add to an attack roll or a skill check or what have you.
Beautiful. Thank you, darling.
Yes.
So kind of just standing up now, it's just like, he points at said traitor, I'm like, no, this was my house. You came into my home. You shouldn't be here. And shit. Not that. Sorry, my cat's meowing off in the distance.
It's okay.
We are going to do. Fuck it, let's have some fun. We're gonna do a Ray of Sickness.
Ooh.
So as I kind of just point at him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not point at him. My entire hand will be kind of like outstretched, and this kind of like wafting cloud of a purple miasma will kind of float out and kind of like head towards him.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna cast it at level 1. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not
Oh.
hit.
16, because I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration. Oh, sorry, no, it's a 1d4?
It's a 1d6.
1d6.
Yeah, so
Never mind, okay.
roll the d6. Okay, so
15.
that goes to 15. It still does miss, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, so you let this beam off, and it goes just a little wide and strikes the wall just over his shoulder as he's sort of bending over a lot more now. It was kind of hard to target him. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do with your move? Did you want to duck back down behind the table a bit?
No.
You
She's feeling ballsy. She's feeling ballsy.
Standing loud and proud. All right. Daisy. You're in the other room. You've managed to jam a huge fucking emerald in your mouth.
Excellent.
You have enough room to take one more gem.
Ah. Okay.
Forbidden gushers.
Forbidden
Yeah, no,
gushers.
that's on the ground. Forbidden gushers.
Looking around on the ground, you see an assortment of like rubies and topazes, a diamond or two, a few other gems like aquamarine and other precious stones that you've seen before, definitely.
I see there's a table over in the corner. Is there anything on the table that I could use, like a carrying satchel?
Looking over on the table, you see a series of candles, a few small bowls that appear to be filled with some sort of liquid, a book, another sort of like coin of some kind, and then a large, awkwardly shaped egg.
An egg?
Yep.
Ooh, I'll go to the egg. I want to know what's going on with that egg.
Do you
I'll
drop the
keep-
gem in your mouth?
No, I'll keep the gem in my mouth.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go see the egg.
All right, so you fly over to that spot.
Yeah.
And roll me perception.
Perception.
That would be wisdom based. So just like a wisdom check, I would
Okay.
guess.
Wisdom. I'm not the wisest of dragons.
That's okay. Upon closer inspection, when you get to it, it is shaped like an egg for sure, but this isn't an egg. It appears to be made out of some kind of precious stones.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm in heaven. I don't know where to put myself. I'm gonna talk to Knocker here and be like,
Yes.
I got a situation in here. You got get in here.
I got.
Okay.
There's something going on.
There's a situation. There's a gem situation,
Okay.
and I do not have enough hands or mouth.
All right. Did you try swallowing them?
Did not.
Swallow them all.
Okay.
The emerald that you have in your mouth is so big you can't swallow it. It will not fit down your throat.
And swallow the small ones.
I can't.
I'm coming as soon as I can.
All right, hurry up.
All right.
I love that the goblin, who was in a room with 3 other wizards, blasting at an elder mind flayer down the hallway, responds to the dragon, says, I have a situation here. Not with, we have a situation. It's like, oh no, just swallow some gems. I'll be there soon.
What the fuck is going on? Alright,
I
so...
just gotta kill this ugly squid thing, and then I'll be right there.
Alright, so I'll say that's your turn. For fussing about with the gems on the floor, seeing the bigger egg flying over, and then trying to communicate with your partner that, holy shit, there is a bigger gem, I need help, please. So, the Mind Flayer manages to step into the room here, unfortunately, with a little fucking octopus still attached to his leg, manages to walk his way in, and he is absolutely on his last leg at this point, but, like, walks in, rears back, and then points his forehead, basically, forward into the room, and lets out this absolutely deafening mind scream that slams into the three of you that are in the back in this area here. Because it is a cone attack, and you are out of the way. So it magically emits a psychic energy burst. We're gonna see that cone reaches the wall. Yeah, each creature in that area, you gotta make a DC 10 intelligence saving throw. So you made it. And that is... Okay,
No.
so Psyces, you take 1d4 plus 4. Psychic damage. Be stunned for 2 rounds. So I'm gonna slash roll 1d4 plus 4. You took 6 damage.
So when Ophelia gets hit with this cone of psionic energy, she just literally kind of shrugs it off and goes, yeah, it's like when my younger sister yells at me, it's fine.
Just this fucking wash of psychic energy, and she's like, weak!
It's like, what was my sister's name?
Your sister's name.
Winla. It's just like, yeah, Winla, when she's pissed off because we took her brain rations away because she was pissed because she was a bad girl, yeah, she's worse than you.
My little sister could scream louder than you. All
Her
right.
little sister's a teenage girl.
Castiana, you're up.
Well, the last one seemed to hit him, so let's try it again. Boop out.
That hits. Ray of Frost. What's your damage? 1 cold. Oh man, you bam, and you let this off, and it like slams into him, and he's just like ah, as he sort of brushes it away a little bit. And yeah, so it hits him. He is like the 1 damage put him very, very close. He is so very close to death. Psyces, you have been stunned for 2
sure
rounds.
have.
So that is your turn, unfortunately. Seth, do you have any commands for Seth?
Oh, there's something I want to do so badly, but I can't.
Oh, you're barely coming through, sorry.
Yeah, no, my mic was away.
There you go.
There's something I want to do really badly, but I can't do it until it's Ophelia's turn.
Okay.
Shit.
Then we'll...
Hold on a sec.
Okay.
I am going to use Seth to touch cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Oh my god, okay. For the duration, yeah, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast the spell in your action in the next turn, when the spell ends, you focus on any one creature you can see within 30 feet. The creature chooses an intelligence of 3 or lower, doesn't speak any language, then the creature's unaffected. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is on its most mind at the... Well, yeah, what is most on its mind at the moment. As an action, you can shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe deeper, you have the target... If you do probe deeper, then they need to make a wisdom saving throw. And then if it fails, then you gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and some other things. Are you just at this point looking for surface thoughts?
Well, so the way I've frequently seen it done in multiple games that I've seen and played and everything, is that you can get the surface thoughts, and then you can decide if you want to go deeper or not.
Yeah. Your surface thoughts, obviously, it's in a lot of pain and it's panicking. But the two things that are in the front of its mind the most are, I have to kill these people, then it will prove to my lord that I am worthy for ascension. And the other thought that's at the front of its mind is, this one is a traitor. Specifically you.
Okay. I would very much like to probe deeper.
Okay, so it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Is it against my...
It would be against your spell save DC.
Okay. So, roll it.
Let's see if I can find him. There he is. So, wisdom saving throw... What's it been? 19.
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah, so you attempt to push in deeper to his mind, but it is that like old school, really strong, like he definitely has a practiced mind about this kind of business, so you get those surface thoughts, but he's trained to protect his thoughts. So as you try to push a bit deeper, you run into a wall.
Okay.
Alright, Knocker.
Alright, so this guy's looking pretty knackered, right?
Oh, he is in fucking bad shape. Like, he is just about on his last leg.
Alright, I'm gonna look him dead in the squid eyes, and I'm gonna say, "The forest said hello," and I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
Shoot him!
In the face!
In the face! Face! Oh,
I missed his face!
Hey, you missed! The shot goes a little bit wide and it twings off the wall just behind him. I mean, it was a good
Well,
one-liner.
that's embarrassing.
I was gonna give you advantage, but your advantage was a critical failure. That was a sick line. Ophelia.
All right, well, I guess
sorry.
I'll,
What do you do
see you
first,
later.
turn?
So I'm going to run away again. I'm going to jump over the table and hide on the other side of the table and take the hide action as it comes in.
Alright, yeah, roll me stealth.
While saying, "Oh no 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 no!"
Fuck.
That'll do.
All right. There. Oh, geez, yeah. 23 stealth. You like hop over and you just whoop, you slide in between like one of the chairs in between the table in such a way you just fucking vanish. And it's great. You absolutely just like whoosh and you're gone. All right, and that brings us to Ophelia.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we're gonna go with this. So standing from where she is behind the table,
Mm-hmm.
she's actually going to slowly kind of start to stalk forward. And just being... And you were never worthy of ascension.
Ooh.
And pointing at him and casting Chill Touch.
Oh damn.
Oh, fuck!
So close.
Fuck!
You know what? It's very Give.
Don't worry, I was scared. It's okay.
Yeah.
Come on, you're the DM. You can make the final choice.
You know, I'm gonna say you absolutely get advantage on him because he's got a fucking squid on him, and that was a cool one-liner. And the "you were never worthy," I'm gonna say shook him because you absolutely read his mind. And in that brief moment of shock, you reach out with a finger and you touch him. And as you touch him, he slowly starts to like struggle and then turns to ice.
Okay.
And he did. he like
momentarily.
heels backwards, and then there's a
Wait,
weird
wait.
thud as his body, frozen, hits the floor.
Wait.
Oh.
So as I point at him, and the necrotic energy kind of like seeps through him, and like he kind of withers and everything. Before he drops, I actually grab his falling body by the throat.
Ooh.
And then, just kind of leaning in a little bit closer to it, she kind of winces and goes, "I never thought I would end up doing this to one of my own. But you're not worthy to have control of this body for any second longer."
And as you
Give you guys in the chat one guess as to what's gonna happen next.
As you say that, the last word that sort of escapes his mouth is worthy, and then he dies. And brain devour. Oh my fucking god. Okay, cool. So in addition, I also have a necromancy thing called Grim Harvest, where I can get extra hit points back if I killed someone with a spell. Yep, specifically necrotic damage, which you did. So that, woof. You guys who are in the room are treated to a mind flayer eating the brains of one of her own people.
Wow.
So what actually happens? So she kind of like falls to her knees with the body that's down, and like her tentacles kind of wrap around his head. And you don't see what's going on, but you hear this weird like squishing and crunching noise.
Yeah, it's more squishing than crunching. The mind flayers don't have a huge amount of skull on the back.
There's a little bit of skull. And then the tentacles are kind of like digging through the brain, but she doesn't actually eat the brain. She goes and finds the small tadpole that's attached at the base of the brain right at the nerve stem, and pulls it out and actually crushes it in her tentacles before spitting away the last little bits.
Jesus. Well, okay then. So you don't devour the brain, but you do.
I do that part first.
Oh, but then you also do find, because as you know, there is tadpoles inside these things that they will use to inject into living people to turn them into like pseudo mind flayers before the thing devours their brains entirely, and then they mature into full-grown mind flayers. So yeah, you find this thing and you break it as you consume its mind. I need you to give me a will save.
Cool, and then I get to ask a question.
Yes, you do.
But first, wisdom save?
A wisdom save, please.
Yeah.
Oh man, 23. Okay, fucking awesome. What is your question?
What is its name?
This particular mind flayer had a name once when it was young.
No, not the mind flayer.
Oh, the entity.
Yes.
The entity that they worship goes by many names, but the particular name that you see repeatedly is Umalaut of the Ceaseless Grasp.
Okay.
It is a thing that they revered, and as you reach out with your mind and you ask this question through this sort of carnal process of consuming knowledge, during that process, you feel just the same presence that you spoke to in that blood well back in the main church room, like on that altar in the main room that you entered in. You feel its presence like just slam into you, but you hold firm. as you pull that information out and you realize that this is some great abyssal entity that your people used to worship.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm glad I didn't see that. I was hiding under the.
Yeah, if you come out from under the table, you see there's a dead mind flayer on the floor, and it is burnt and frozen and rotted in certain parts, and now it's missing a brain. It's just
I don't want to check.
nasty.
Oh wow!
And
We got him, you guys.
and the other mind flayer is on her knees with gore dripping from her face tentacles.
Got him.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Curious as to what Xyces and new favorite thought of that.
I thought that my spell book was very interesting for the last 5 minutes.
It's just like, what's going on? Stuff happening? What's up?
Oh, cool. Cool.
Cool. No doubt.
So you weren't looking for anything then when you were in the forest. You just were looking at your spell book and things jumped you. Then that's.
All right. So what are you guys doing now?
Well, I think we need to get the hell out of here. You're not attacking me. I mean, sorry about the, the nope beast comment from earlier. I mean, maybe you're more of a yup beast. I'm not sure. I will reserve judgment, but right now, I think it's important that we get out of here because there's something horrible happening in this place, and I don't want to be here anymore.
Yes, we're aware there's something horrible in here. We need to find out what it is. There's something deeper in here that we need, and I need to get this thing out of my home.
This is your house?
Yes, I grew up here.
Oh.
Well,
To a point, he doesn't know that.
to a point. He didn't know that.
Alright, well, then clearly this place has been, taken over by horrible monsters, and we'll get you your house back. That's fair. Alright, well, I guess, do you know where was this guy in charge? I don't know.
Could be, he could. He could be. It could that be that he couldn't. I don't know. I haven't been here in years.
You're not gonna, eat my brain, are you?
If you keep insulting me and being stupid, we'll see.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that doesn't fill me with a great deal of confidence. But I mean, everyone else seems to trust you, and there's a ghost over there. I don't really know what to think. But you're not killing me right now, so...
And Athena just kind of shakes her head at this goblin who just continuously just keeps chattering on, and then,
It's true. You're not used to goblins reacting to you like this, but there you
you're
go.
used to them being like, wow, you're scary, pretty lady.
Pretty lady is terrifying.
Context is important.
Yeah, context is very important. That's correct. So what are you guys getting up to? Do you continue the hallway into the room?
I gotta go save my fairy dragon, so I'm gonna beeline it there.
One thing I wanted to point out, guys, it is currently 10:30.
Yep. I just wanted you
Oh,
to
dang.
get into the next room, and then I was gonna wrap it up.
That sounds like a plan.
Zip. All right, so as the goblin sort of sprints into the next room, you guys follow in, and sitting on the table, you see an assortment of gems that seem to have been dropped on the floor. Who knows how that happened? and a large mirror top altar against the far wall. You see 2 doors here and here, and there's a 3rd door against the back wall over there. Sitting on this little table over here, you see an assortment of candles. As you can see on either side, like 2 little bowls, one filled with like pinkish fuchsia liquids and one filled with green. There's a large orange coin right there. There's a book, and then sitting in the middle, there's a large egg, and it seems to be crafted out of some kind of either series or one large gemstone. Both you, Sices, and you, Ophelia, that is the object the king has told you to retrieve.
Oh.
I have a question. I'm going to move up to here.
Mm-hmm.
Looking specifically at the coin,
Yeah.
does it look similar to the one that I currently have?
It is the exact same.
Oh, she shook.
It is larger, and it is made from a finer metal, but it is the same symbol. It is your house seal.
She walks up to the table, and at the moment, ignoring the egg completely, she goes and reaches for the coin.
Yeah, you pick it up if you want. What is your current coin? What is it made of?
I don't think we ever established that.
I'm gonna say it's made from just like a basic iron. The one that you find on the table is larger and is made from a polished brass.
Okay.
You can put that in your inventory, and I'll just...
Yeah.
Put that there. Let's put a little cross on it. It's fine.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, coin. Bye.
Alright.
Does anything happen when I pick it up?
Nothing happens when you pick it up, no. But you do see the book that's there, you do see the large egg, and you, Ophelia, get the strangest sense of nostalgia from this door here.
Nope, not looking at it yet. Not looking at it now. Nope.
Alright, so with that though, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call a game.
Wow.
If everybody's good with that for tonight, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dope. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming on out. This has been absolutely fantastic. Huge thanks to everyone who came out to watch our show tonight. It's been just a huge amount of fun putting this stuff on, and I've been so excited to get everybody further into this temple. I've been fucking chomping at the bit. Next Thursday, we're going to be moving back to the B team. In addition to that, everybody who's on the A team here, you guys all get to move yourselves up to level 4.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Nice. So yeah, thank you everyone for coming out to watch. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for donating bits and for your subscriptions and for your donations. This evening we have just now passed our threshold, so this weekend I'm gonna be picking up what's the name of that game? Animal
The
Crossing.
one that I'm absolutely obsessed with right now.
Everyone's obsessed with this game.
It's just so good.
So I'm gonna be getting Animal Crossing this weekend. I might do like a special like Saturday or Sunday stream when I pick it up, so that you guys can watch me sort of go through whatever it looks like for the beginning bits of it. So that should be a good time. And now we have ourselves a Ragglefull. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a Ragglefull coming up here.
Yeah.
We've got 4 entries. The first 2 are Mr. Classic Magic's donations to Tonberry, so he gave 2 tickets to Tonberry. We got 1 for Willow and 1 for Counter Saturn. Yeah, Tom Nook calls for you. It's like when we were playing Resident Evil Project Resistance, and I was like, opened a door and a bunch of zombies dressed in raccoon costumes like attacked me, and I started freaking out, and everyone was like, Tom Nook wants his money! And I screamed and screamed. But yeah, if anybody wants to make any last minute donations, please feel free. So yes, this has been a good time.
Yeah.
Give it like another
Yeah.
minute.
Hooray!
Yeah, this was really fun. Thanks for having me and and my crew here
Of course.
to the game, and I'm looking forward to next one.
For the people at home who are unaware, Ben and Star and I'm seeing your name, Andrea. I was like, it like because I'm like Andrea. It's Andrea. Is it like I second guessed myself.
Come on, Brian.
I freaked out. But yeah, Andrea. I met these three lovely people while I was playing Fantasy Alive, a LARP that I used to go to before the apocalypse happened. So
yeah, when things were good.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna wrap up the Raggle full. We're gonna roll 1d4. So the first two entries are Tonberry by Gift, Wave, Mr. Classic Magic, and then we got Willow G at 3, and 4 is Counter Saturn. So let's have a look here. Beep, boop. Hold on, I gotta beep that boop. There we go. All right, and our winner is number 1. That's Tonberry.
Yay, Tonberry!
Yay! Congratulations! I'll be shooting that code on over to you after the stream. But until next time, my bravest citizens, I am Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawat. This is our Layer 4.0. I've been your game master this evening. We are joined by the sassiest of elves playing Ophelia, our Mind Flayer.
It is so very nice to be back with all of you lovely, lovely minions here. And sweet chat sister Ton, I'm so happy for you.
Yay! And we've got Cassie coming in as Saisis Blueleaf, our sad banshee.
It's me. Thank you for having me. It's been nice to be back.
We got Ben coming in as our Goblin Knocker.
Woo! Still have a brain. We'll see what happens next time.
We'll see.
Every day I still have a brain is a victory. And we've got Andrea playing Castiana, our she.
Yeah, interesting non-fey people around. We shall see what happens.
Alright, and we've got Star playing Daisy Sunwing, our fairy dragon.
Hooray! I wish I could have fit more gems in my mouth.
We'll see you all next time on our next streams. End of line.